Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. So excited. I'm excited to make it through to 2026. Ooh, how's everybody doing today? This is the Just Lie we are here for. Oh, we are here for it. Sorry, I'm reading the chat as I go. Du-du-du. I'll start with I don't know why people are posting that it was dismissed. Right? Like I don't know why that's being posted again. That's old. So if any of you are confused by that, that would be why. I don't know why that's going around. It's me, Pretty in Pink. Thank you so much for being a member for 16 months. Did any of you see that? I honestly I don't know why that's being posted. Billy Sunday to 43 months. Thank you so much. I saw that to start crap. Maybe. All it does is start misinformation. I don't understand it. They don't know what they speak of. They don't. Including Brittany, you silly rabbit. If I wasn't allowed to speak about the RICO anymore, then you just violated the court's rule, right? Duh. At what point do you contact an attorney to understand what is going on? Because you were so lost, and I actually feel bad for you. I truly feel bad. No, it doesn't. They went to the court docket for 20 or 1231, but that was an old filing. Here, I'll get confirmation, but I pretty much know how to read a docket. Give me just a second. Notice it says July 10th filing. They wrote on that. Happy New Year's, BVSM. Thank you so much. You would be confused. You would I don't blame any of you for being confused. They went to the docket on 1231. They went higher up on the docket and they took something that's in the middle of the docket and they presented it as if it's current time. Why? I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit aggravating, I'm not gonna lie. Happy New Year, Kelsey. It's good to see you. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you. I don't know why it's being posted. So 2 hours ago, a post was made that says Not Bright Media epically fails in court again with an old screenshot. That says that their appeal is dismissed for failing to file a document statement. That's old. That's not new. I don't know why it's being posted as if it's new. It's not. Hey, baby bop. Yeah, so I know, but Sharon, if you pull up the docket tomorrow, it will say January 1st, right? Like if I pulled it up yesterday, it would have said the 30th. That's just the date that you're pulling up the docket. That is not. Deposition date, August. It says it right there. I don't know. You guys can believe White Boy or you can believe the person going through the fucking thing. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Happy New Year to you, Cash. Thank you so much. Gotta go be merry now. Behave. Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. Yeah, I get why, Grits. I don't know why. Yeah, Queen posted it too. It's not accurate. I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. It is not accurate. It is not a recent thing. That is old. I wish it was true. It's not. Yeah, I don't know. If you don't hear from Granny, it isn't true. Well, there's a lot of misinformation that does go around, to be honest, but you know. uh excuse me. Praying for a better year for you, Jess. We all care very much. May you carry a smile on your face to the new year to manifest good things. Well, I am carrying a smile into my face into the new year, and I'll tell you why. Because these people are liars, right? Their attempt at a gag order was partially granted and denied, okay? So the part that was granted is the part that Pennsylvania already has in law. No surprise there. The part that was granted says you cannot record, photograph the courts. That's it, that's all. Nobody's shocked by that because that is a law already in place, and that pertains to all parties. So, Nikki Pooh, your little post the other day with the courtroom photos, you're in violation. Nothing in there says I can't talk about the RICO, I can't talk about the case, nothing. Matter of fact, the rest of it says denied. Therefore, we can use profanity, we can use personal insults. It says as far as like safety concerns go, bring it back to the lower court judge and have a trial to show proof. So they didn't quite win anything. Whoopsie Daisy, thank you so much. Hellfire with the 5 gifted. Thank you. It's not a gag order. It's a nothing. It's a nothing. And here's the point, right, Straight Talker? If Brittany is correct in what she believes, then Brittany, you just violated the court. Do you see how that works? If you're saying, I'm not allowed, if you're saying I'm not allowed to speak on any of this, as you read that out, you do realize you sound stupid because you're simply wrong and you would have violated the courts as you're reading it. So you can't be that serious. Love the naysayers now who messed up the closet. Bob H. I get it now. You silly rabbit. I don't know how one could be so stupid. In the nature of mutual protective injunction, preservation order, and limited remand docketed as application for relief, the following is order. The application is granted in part, limited to the extent that, as of the day of this order, the parties are immediately enjoined from transmitting, disseminating, posting, uploading, reposting, resharing, selling, offering for sale, displaying, or otherwise distributing by any means audio, video, still image, screenshots from the courtroom. All right, now I'm annoyed. I really want to know why people are fucking posting that it's dismissed. Megamind, I appreciate you. It was nothing against you. I just want to know why the fuck people are taking it upon themselves to post that my litigation is dismissed when it's not. Now I'm annoyed because if I have one more person personally message me or text me to congratulate me on something that did not take place. Fuck, man. Pico, thank you. The rest of it that says, oh, don't call them names. You're doxing them. You're doing this, you're doing that. That was all denied. That was all denied. So the only win that they got was the law that's already in place in Pennsylvania. I don't know who started it, Mrs. Fletcher. I have no idea. No idea. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't fucking know. Well, by her own logic, she violated it last night. Thank you. Thank you, Casual Art. I saw these posts and went to the docket and went through dates, seeing this was an older filing. Also, there's no gag on the RICO. Thank you. No, I know, Megamind. I get why you thought that, hun, and I appreciate you congratulating me. Yeah. And Nick's stupid post, if you think you're a doe, let me tell you something. If does were not named in lower court, they can't name you now in superior court. Period. He should actually be embarrassed of himself. Everything they accuse us of doing, like intimidating people, harassment, doxing, all of that is what they're doing, but they're trying to, you know, put it on us. It's unbelievable. That's what I'm saying. You can't just start naming does to people. If the doe wasn't identified during lower court, you cannot identify them now, period. And there were no does identified. They went from 50 to 14 without the court's permission, and the judge acknowledged that. Thank you, Breaking Chains. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. The court said we can't do what we're already not doing, which is already a law in Pennsylvania. They didn't really win anything. Oh no, I can't record the courtroom. What shall I do? You know what I mean? Like, and guess what? That's a mutual that goes on all sides, okay? That goes on all sides. So guess what? Nick's little post he has up with pictures from the court that he just posted, you're already in violation. Brittany's logic of reading off this order and then saying I can't talk about the RICO has to be the most ignorant thing I've ever heard. Like pure stupidity. Because if that were the case, Toots, you're already in violation. You can't be that dumb. There will be nothing. Yeah, Shady, your video is a violation. There will be nothing. The courts will not grant that I'm not allowed to speak on something I'm going through that's a public concern because you rejects are failing. Sorry, it was a good try, but you lost. It's not even a win for them. All they did was uphold PA law. They don't have proof of any of it. They just did it as a precaution because, put it this way, if they believed that the court was recorded, they would have put it down on just I and barbecue. They put it on all parties, which means none of you can do it either. Thank you, Electro. You get a violation. You get a violation. You get a violation. Yeah, I mean, maybe I will have to submit that their friend, their green team member, is already in violation. That's all. Um, I did not hear her read in the gag order because one, I don't think the bitch can read. Two, she certainly can't comprehend. I am curious if she acknowledged the part where it says denied, denied, denied. The application for other injunctive relief or stay is denied. The request to remain for limited purpose and evidentiary hearing on safety concerns is denied. Did she read that part? Right. So we can't do what we already weren't doing. Screenshot this. Oh no. How will I ever survive? Oh, of course not. Right here. Let me show it to you all myself. What shall I do now? All right. Here. And not only that, but as far as the recording of the court procedure, Electro, thank you. Proceeding, it says that for the February 18th hearing. Carly, I'm sorry that people confused you. I don't know why they posted that this was over and I won. I don't know. Isn't it funny how Brittany went from she's not even aware of it, she's not part of it, to giddy reading it, thinking I can't talk about the RICO anymore? Get a fucking clue. Get a goddamn lawyer. You have no idea what you're talking about. It's embarrassing. It is truly embarrassing. But anyway, let's go over to this part. I had to zoom in a little bit. Thank you so much, Fun Size. Right here. The request to remand for limited purpose and evidentiary hearing on safety concerns is denied. Let's see how many times it says denied. Let's count together. Oh, here's another one. The application for other injunctive relief or stay is denied. Hold on. Let's see if we can find more. You won nothing. You won the PA law. Congratulations to all. So stupid. Superior Court is upholding PA's law about courtroom recording. Shocker. Holy shit, these people are special, I tell you. Very special. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Right. Even though you may be ignorant in many ways, it won't work as a defense in a courtroom. Like, they did nothing. You got nothing. Hey, my favorite bee. You guys get it, right? So all they won was Pennsylvania law. That is fantastic. We are so happy for you. Everything else was denied. Shocker. Thank you, Mike. I always appreciate when you give nice comments. It's nice that Nick apparently has a window in his mommy's basement, but clearly not enough vitamin D. Bless his heart. I was thinking last night that if this was true, GW would have told us. Yeah. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. So what were you guys understanding? Besides that it was over. I don't know why. I don't know why that was being reshared or posted or anything. Hellfire again with the gifted. Thank you, my friend. Right, the dates, it was pretty deceitful to screenshot on the 31st, but go to half of the docket. Maybe there was a plan as to why they did it. I'll be honest, I wish I was included or aware of these things when it's being done at, not for nothing, but my expense. Whatever, though. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Bernie, why are you lying that rancher responded to my attorney? Why do you have to lie about that? You lie. She lies about the dumbest things to the point where it's like, first off, I know damn well your attorney never sent you that email. If he did, post it. Post it. Bet you won't. And he never responded. You said, when somebody asked if he responded, you said, oh yeah, he got him good. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. Thank you, Kraken. Of course we're still winning. They knew what they were doing. You're putting into the Superior Court, asking them to uphold PA law. I would have been shocked if they said no. It's Pennsylvania law. They didn't say, hey, you violated this law, because there's no proof there too. So they didn't say that. What they said is, yeah, all parties going forward are excluded from doing any of this. That's it. That's all. She lied and said he responded, then lied and said he was on vacation. So you can't figure out which one. Did he respond or is he on vacation? You all right? Why doesn't BJ read any of them? Apparently she read this one. Real giddy, thinking I couldn't talk about the RICO anymore. Right, this is how desperate they are for a win. That's exactly how desperate they are for a win, that they're acting like this is a win. But again, are they acknowledging in many parts where it says denied? Denied. He responds to her that he's on vacation. Right. You are reminded to please not break PA law. Thank you for the reminder. Happy New Year's Eve then, Megan. I feel you, girl. Um, all right, let's go back up here. If any party, including the 10 plaintiffs, fail to comply with this court order, there will be a hearing and impose sanctions. Okay. The application for others denied. I see another denied. Yeah. The other part is Superior Court doesn't know that lower court already ruled on this because these guys never put in a proper reproduced record. So when they go back to lower court and they say, Your Honor, we want you to rule on this, she's simply going to say, I already did. And they're disrespecting her by filing the same filing again. You can't change silly rabbits, though. I don't know. What a shame. I doubt they have the lids, UA. I doubt they have the lids. Right. That's what I'm saying. All they did was uphold PA laws. No big deal. They basically said, hey, don't break Pennsylvania law. Okay, no problem. You're right, Hellfire. You are so right. I said the same things to my attorney when I spoke to him yesterday. I'm sorry I didn't come on sooner. I was extremely busy yesterday. I couldn't come on. But I said the same thing to him. I said, they're going to take this like it's a huge win when it's really not. Matter of fact, I count 3 losses before a win. She doesn't know BJ's telling her audience that because he has not replied. Right, he has not. Yeah, the does to reach out. Again, if you weren't identified as a doe in lower court, newsbreaker, nobody was, then you cannot be identified as a doe now. Okay? I don't know why she posted that, Carly. That was from August. That did happen back in August. I don't know why everybody's resharing that. I'm thinking people don't, I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't know why it's being posted. I think they believe that's what happens. I wish it was true, but it's not. You didn't upset me. About what, Up to Good? I do not know what anyone is talking about. Right. And believe me, if that was dismissed, I would have made a post immediately or gone live immediately, regardless of what I'm going through. Right, Liza? At least it's that simple. And then her over there saying, oh, Granny can't talk about the RICO anymore as you're reading it, you moron. I know, that was beautiful too. Does she not realize she's already under Pennsylvania jurisdiction? You can't help stupid. Everything she said is just proof she doesn't have a lawyer. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They're like, no, no, you're right, but you're also partially wrong. But yeah, the does aren't really. Believe me, if you think you're a doe, reach out to me and I'll put you in contact with my lawyer. How about that? If you think you're a doe and you're worried they're going to try to do some funny shit with you, please reach out to me and I'll put you in contact if I can, verify you. I think so too, Donna. I think it was a race to post the information. I don't think many took time to look at it for themselves to see. Is it real or not, or recent or not? And I get it. It's the excitement, right? You see that, you're like, holy shit, it's over. You make a post. I get that, but I'm not gonna lie, it's very fucking annoying on my end. Like, obviously, because I'm tired of receiving this happened before, and everybody blowing me up, congratulating me, saying I won. And then I have to fucking call my attorney, hope he answers, to find out if it's true or not. Thank you, Jamie. Hey, Copa. The Green team, etc., believe in their own minds. Yeah, I'm talking about anybody in general. The Green Team, etc., believe in their own minds they have won no matter what, even though they are lost, but upholding law in your PA is a win for everyone. Right. And again, if that were the case, okay, if that were the case, Brittany already violated. She didn't answer and never stepped PA. No one has jurisdiction on her. Bless her heart. That's why she should get a lawyer. Yeah. It's about not recording and disseminating court proceedings without written permission, which is already the law. Thank you. Can you please recap just got here? So Beach Cries, their gag order was approved, but only for the part that nobody can record the courtroom, etc., which is already a Pennsylvania law. As for the rest of their drivel, the whole Julie's in danger, they're doxing. Please don't let them use personal insults or profanity. That was all denied. All denied. So it reads like approved and then, or granted, and then deny, deny, deny. So the only thing that was granted and approved is upholding the PA law. And it says only for that hearing. Yes. Nonsense. Yes. So now Nick himself is the one breaking it. Nick even posted, finally, peace. You're an idiot. He's an idiot because if that were the case, then he's breaking it by saying that. These people can't be that dense. They cannot be that dense. Rico! Matter of fact, hold on. Let me do something. Your letter was harassment, and her finances are her finances are not his business. Okay. You know what's funny? Think about that, right? If that's harassment, then what is it that Nick and Lasniak and Hong and Brittany and Julie and all of them are doing? What is that? In the filing, when Nick it keeps lying, saying that Lasniak sought out our YouTube payment, why would you have a right to that? Is that not harassment? Because I hate to tell you all, but you don't. You have no right to my YouTube earnings. Now, the difference is, and I'm sorry to break this to you, Brittany, but I have a judgment against you. And once it is gavelled down upon, yes, it does become our business. Once we're back in lower court for the RICO, yes, it does become our business. You should have sought all of this information out before you signed on to this in an attempt to ruin my life. It's not my fault. You have no idea what you were signing into. God bless her heart, man. Or don't. Never mind. Don't bless her heart. Fucking demon. Like, you never have any idea what you're talking about. Well, they are threatening and harassing you. Right, Grandma Addie. Why can't she understand that? You don't get to file not one, but 2 litigations against somebody and then say, it's harassment. No, your C&D was harassment. You sitting there for a month proudly telling everybody how you're going to, take people's channels and they're going to have themselves a third lawsuit. That's harassment. Me agreeing to follow the C&D and respond to your attorney who then ignored me is not harassment. My attorney sending your attorney or any fucking email to anybody is not harassment. I don't know why you don't get that. But I mean, we're talking right, exactly, small town girl. Thank you. Bring me back to reality. We're talking about an idiot who literally read a ruling from the courts and then said Granny can't talk about the RICO anymore. That's how stupid she is, because she didn't recognize that if what she was reading is what she thought it to be, then you just violate it. That's how stupid these people are. You can't help them. I'm sorry. You just can't help them. Oh, yeah, that too, Brittany. If your partner keeps threatening me, you're going to have yourself a 4th lawsuit, okay? A 4th. See, I don't have to go into the courts and pretend that things are happening. I can back up where your boyfriend has literally threatened me several times now. Right. She says it or people believe it. It's why she says it. Well, bless their hearts, because they're wrong. I saw that somebody recommend Brittany file bankruptcy. She can't, but she can try. What are you going to bankrupt the food stamp card? Fuck off. I'm so tired of these people acting like they know something. I mean, really, do you think anything's literally in her name? Your PayPal got shut down and you opened up a new one, which tells me there's something funny going on, honey. Guess how the landed with MJ thing ended? I mean, she's just you get what you pay for. And when you pay for nothing, you get nothing. Ain't that the damn truth? She doesn't know when to shut up. She doesn't understand that a judge will need forensic accountant. She doesn't understand either that this says for everybody. Everybody. Well, that's what my attorney meant when he said, guess who else will be served them? I mean, we got plans. We just need to get through a few more weeks of this, and we got plans. Yeah, small town. Yeah. Granny's going down. Yeah. Uh-huh. Going down the rabbit hole of your finances. That's the only going down I got. Oh, for what? Let me see. Let me take a gander. Oh, I don't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's just not right. Even if she filed bankruptcy, courts can see when it was done, or even if she switches anything, if she has it out of her name, it would still affect because you can't hide assets in, right? Do whatever they got to do. But here's my question. If she only has to pay me 180, why would you claim bankruptcy? Hmm. Can anybody answer me that? If it's only 180, why would you claim bankruptcy? Stupid. Hey, Wendy.
Hi. Happy New Year's Eve.
Oh, wait, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on. Oh, now I can. Hello.
hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hate to tell you, but we can't do what we weren't doing anymore. Okay.
I know. Do they? I really believe, and you know what? It's the last day of the year, so if I'm going to say the naughty words, I'll say the naughty words and
Say
start
it,
fresh
baby.
tomorrow. Um,
Do it. Do it. Can we start with the naughty word BJ thinks we can't say? Rico.
Rico.
Woo! Oh,
Oh my
shit. Going to
goodness.
jail.
Um, no, the comprehension is the issue.
Yes.
I saw what was put on X by your co-defendant, and I read it. And do they not understand that when it says um, any transcription derived thereof or thereto
Yeah. That means
means
from the record.
from the recording,
Thank
not
you.
from the court hearing itself, because that's a matter of public record if you apply for a copy.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being smart, Wendy. I'm so thankful that there are people over here that know and understand and can comprehend. And if they can't, they will find out what it means. You are so right. It doesn't mean the transcript that I've read on many accounts that is public record that you can get by going to the court website. That means any audio that was from a recording inside the courtroom transcribed. That's what that means. And guess what? Nobody recorded the audio inside the courtroom, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
Oh, look at everybody saying the naughty word. I'm so scared. So stupid. And
uh,
Wendy, how about the fact of reading it and then saying Granny can't talk about the RICO anymore? Did she miss the part where it says all parties?
you know, comprehension is the issue.
Yeah. Yes, small town girl. That does mean Shady has to remove that. And any of them that are over there playing it, showing it. Nick's post where he posts all the photos and all that. Yeah, I would err on caution and remove it, but they don't think it applies to them. So
I, I just this whole year has been.
she's watching
I
me.
between the I've probably gone through about 6 dozen pencils that have flown across my family room here, into a little styrofoam bullseye. That because it's like I don't understand. I'm not trying to be snobbish, elitist, or overly educated or experienced or anything like that. I just simply don't understand how there is such an utter lack of foundational knowledge in a community that calls itself true crime.
I know that's true. I know that's right. I know that's right. It literally shocks me every time, and it reminds me though there is no foundation in true crime. It's drama, right? Because there's no way. There's no way. Like Brittany herself says she's a true crime channel, but doesn't understand the basics, and that is terrifying. And it tells me that's why she resorts to doing Google trips through people's houses and accusing people of things they've never done and all of that, because she has no further process of thinking, because she's uneducated grossly. So she can't go past any of that. And it makes sense.
Well, from what I've seen, the
Oh, thank
handful
you,
of
Maria.
channels. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I apologize. Go ahead.
No, from what I've seen, the handful of channels, that about 12,000 viewers just float through, that are supposedly true crime or true crime adjacent, they're news story gossip channels.
Right.
There's no investigative journalism involved. There's no deep-seated research or comparison. There is basically a coffee clutch of several individuals read a headline. What do we think happened? And let's form a whole scenario behind it, when it has no basis in
Right.
what the facts that have been revealed to date.
It's basic. It's basic. That's what it is. It's basic. It's stupidity. That's all it comes down to. It's infuriating. Like Brittany's saying, and I highlighted it, but I must have just let go of it by accident. Brittany's saying that my lawyer emailing Rancher is harassing Brittany, and then saying that my lawyer's email seeking her finances is harassment. One, he didn't seek your finances. He told your supposed attorney that she should make you aware of what you signed up for when you initiate litigation. I'm sorry you don't like the way that this is all going, because it's not going the way you thought it was, but you don't get to change. You and your little buddies don't get to keep changing the court's process because it hurts your fucking feelings. Fuck. Small town girl, welcome back. Thank you. Hey, Lynn, welcome. Vibrator, thank you.
Ricola.
Right.
Good morning, Lynn. I'm going to go ahead and drop down. You have a great day. If I don't get to see you between now and midnight, Happy New Year to all y'all out there.
Happy New Year.
Hopefully see you in the new year, and you guys all have a great day. Stay safe and stay warm.
Can you do me a favor first?
Sure.
Say the naughty word.
Rico.
Oh my God, we corrupted her.
Oh,
we corrupted her.
there goes the screen. There goes the stream.
Ah! So stupid. Oh my goodness.
All they really did was the most impactful thing they did was they changed the entire trajectory of the live I was going to do today.
Right.
But I'm not going to be doing, so I'm not promoting. Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I will tone down with my profanity. Sorry. Yeah, they're stupid.
They're stupid. Now, the other thing that happened yesterday, I don't know if you noticed this, but Nick did 2 lives on his channel yesterday.
I know. I didn't even want to advertise them because he got minimum views, and that's what they're looking for.
They were cringe as fuck. They were so fucking cringy. They were really, really bad. He had audio issues the whole time. His entire intro was him talking in silence.
Well, I thought that he was part of a private intelligence group. They can't figure out how to run a stream.
It was fucking hilarious. He's got this world-renowned lawyer on there, and Bruce Bruce Castor sitting there talking in silence for literally 10 minutes. It's so fucking funny.
Right.
No, I'm not saying people should go watch it. It's cringe. It's stupid.
No,
It's
that's
just
what they want. That's why they do everything when they do it. Because he wants to bring himself attention. Everything is calculated with them. It's all calculated to bring attention.
yeah.
Alma has a good point. If your lawyer contacting her lawyer's harassment, what is her calling your lawyer? Stupidity.
Yeah. No, everything is harassment. I mean, your existence is
Mhm.
harassing her, Granny. I mean,
It is though, because she is so obsessed with me that she has literally allowed my existence that doesn't give a fuck about hers and she's enthralled her whole world into what I'm doing. And it's sad and it's pitiful. And it breaks my heart for her. And I know people think I'm being like facetious when I say that and I'm just, whatever. No, I swear to God, it breaks my heart to watch somebody deteriorate in an attempt to deteriorate me when I'm thriving. Other than the financial burden you've put on me, I'm everything's still good with me. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? Like I still go to the gym, my kids are healthy, I still prioritize them. Like besides the little impact you've had on me mentally, you're not doing what you think you're doing. You're far more harmful to yourself in your attempts to go after me. It's miraculous. For example, if you don't think we have and made sure to record the part where you read an entire docket and then follow up with Granny's not allowed to speak about it anymore, well, you just violated court rules. But that's how dense you are because you don't have a lawyer. And that's what you get when it's free.
Free. You get what you pay for.
Right.
Nothing. Literally nothing.
Listen, whose name was on the cease and desist? Ranchers. What email did it come from? Ranchers. What did the cease and desist say? If you have any further questions or concern, follow up with me. How the fuck, if you think litigation is harassment, aside from the fact that you're trying to harass me through litigation, then fuck off. Stop doing it. She initiated both of these, Lynn. I didn't fucking do this.
I know. What does she think litigation is? Like, what does she not know that when she initiates litigation, it's going to create a conversation between lawyers or your lawyer and her non-lawyer, which is her?
Right.
What does she think is going to happen? And Betty did the exact same thing. She called it harassment. She tried to get an RO out on Queen's lawyer.
I know, because they are so thick. They're dense. And that you're right, Shauna, but she should be thankful because the only time, and I got this from Chloe, so thank you, Chloe. The only time Brittany knows what's going on in her litigation is when I go live.
It's true.
It is the truth. And Brittany keeps saying it costs $180. It costs $180. That again proves that Brittany has never paid an attorney. Ever. Yeah. Because you think the filing fee is the only thing it costs the client? You've never ever paid an attorney. And that's proof of it. And that's what my attorney's getting to the bottom of. You don't get to keep using Rancher and that he's going to take down channels and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. And then think that we're not going to contact the man. Of course we are.
What happened to Morgan and Morgan? Remember when they were talking about getting Morgan and Morgan?
I do not remember that, but yeah.
They did, like, it was after the Rancher talk, and then he kind of fizzled out, and then they started talking about getting better lawyers, and they started talking about getting Morgan and Morgan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then that's the other thing. Who brought this whole filing to the internet first, Lynn?
Oh, it was them. They were
rampant that Friday. They were going buck wild that Friday.
Oh, they had an entire plan, Jess. Yes. They were going to have it on TMZ, but that was thwarted because her naughty mod Kristen sent it to Molly Golightly first, and Molly put it out. Right.
And then they did the whole thing where, we're going to have a press conference, and if you want to have a one-on-one with Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yep. There was going to be there was an entire rollout strategy with TMZ and a press conference that ended up getting canceled because they found out they can't do a press conference about civil litigation on courthouse steps.
Right.
So that at that time it was something to talk about and promote and harass people with, but now they can't hear about it. Now it's a form of harassment to hear even the name Ricola.
Right. And I'm going to show this as best as I can because I don't want Brittany to know what she's going to pay. But I can assure you on this side of this, there are numbers. And on this side, there are numbers. The electronic filing fee, okay, is always greater than the OJS shows. Personal service, precipice, personal service, notice to take default of first class mailing. You wouldn't know because you did overnight free. Total cost, total due, total pay, okay? Keep telling me it's 180, bitch. I can't wait. Keep thinking it's 180. And this goes up the more we have to file in that. So
you just, when you file litigation, you just should know that you're going real life on yourself too.
right. Well, you thought only my finances were going to be sought over? You thought Nick and your little crew were going to get my YouTube revenue? And your shit was going to sit pretty with nothing? Get the fuck out of here. I never met somebody so dense. It's actually aggravating. You want me to give her an amount? I'll give you all an amount. Oh, wait. Never mind. I had to pay a rather big sum at the end of November, early December. That literally killed me because it's a lot of money. But yeah, this is what an invoice does look like. If I knew how to retract on a computer, I would do it really quick and show more of it. But I don't know how.
No, every single docket entry is at least $1,000 to $2,000, at the very least, for the person who's filing it, unless they are pro se and doing stupid shit.
Right, like this says, legal fee, declaratory judgment. If a petition to open is filed, an additional fee will be due. Cost below, and then it tells you what my current up-to-date bill was, and this was sent. Again, when was this? November 20th?
Yeah.
So I wish it was 180.
Those lawyer bills that you get every month when you're in litigation are a source of high anxiety.
Yeah, plus Brittany's acting like this whole thing was a dog and pony show. It was nothing. It's a facade. It's whatever dumb word she used for it. She's also saying I did it to rip off my audience. I did not ask anybody for a penny for the declaratory judgment because Brittany, you think it just came down to jurisdiction? You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You used that attorney and that cease and desist to threaten us so that you could take our channels. You were doing it as fodder. You were. What I did was I took a precaution to prevent you from either filing in North Carolina. You're right. I gave PA jurisdiction. Nobody had jurisdiction prior. That's the only thing you're correct about. But it wasn't because I wanted to get you in PA jurisdiction. You're already signed in PA jurisdiction with the RICO. I can already get you. I am getting you. And I am going to continue to get you even when the RICO's done. So no, I didn't need to get you into PA jurisdiction, and your non-response doesn't prevent the jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is and will remain in PA. It doesn't. There's nothing you can do to change that. You responding or not doesn't change it. 2, it was a precaution to make sure you can't file in North Carolina. 3, it was also a precaution so that if your attorney tried doing some backdoor alley shit that would take down my channel, I already forewarned you all that I knew that was coming and that I would proceed accordingly if that was done. Now, I know you're probably like, well, how could you proceed accordingly? Because you don't know the fucking law, but take a look. I'm tired of being a free attorney for you.
Yeah.
Fucking
Go
idiot.
ahead. Sorry.
I'm done. That's it.
I was just going to say that declaratory judgment is not fodder. What is fodder? If you want to understand the real definition of fodder, look at the ruling that we just got.
Right.
That fodder, because it basically says, don't do what you are already not doing. Don't do what the other side demands that you don't do, which they are doing to prove that you are doing, but you aren't doing.
Something that was already written in law.
Yeah.
Shocker. Superior Courts upholding PA law. Whoa, who would have known it? It really is just, the whole thing's just she's so goofy. They're all so goofy.
When I read that ruling, I was like, oh man, if I was the court clerk writing this, I'd be so fucking irritated that I have to remind people, that I have to set aside time to, do this ruling on an emergency motion that isn't an emergency.
Right. Something that happened back a year ago that never even happens.
That's what I want to do, y'all. I wrote up an entire injunction to bar injunctions. I want to file an injunction to bar frivolous injunctions.
That's the truth. I really do want to do that. That should be a thing.
It should be. It should be. Man, but then I had it all written out, and then I saw that ruling in it, and a lot of my writing made my writing null and void. So anyway.
Yeah, they I'm curious. Did she read the several parts where it said denied, or did she only read the part where it says granted?
I didn't see her reading this off at all. I didn't watch her at all last night.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I have no idea.
Same. Can't give a two fucks enough to do it.
I'm sure she would take any little morsel of celebration she could try to take, and she would just believe anything Nick or whatever at night person fed to her.
Right. Which is that, oh, it was granted. Yeah. In part, denied and rest. So the part where you claim that you guys are being doxxed and you don't want us to say mean personal insults and use profanity, that was all denied.
Right.
Now, see, that's what I mean. Their stuff was denied. We never had nothing to be denied. We didn't write in. We didn't have a docket. Oh my God. This girl, she don't get it, Lynn. She don't get it.
No, they were the one making the request. They made many, many, many requests. One was granted. The one thing that wasn't happening. Well,
that was already PA law.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
And if that audio is true, really audio from the hearing, which it is not, okay, the audio from Shady's video, then they are in direct violation of the order. You can't make this up.
It just amazes me. And again, the lower courts already ruled on this, but because they didn't put in the right reproduced record, Superior Court didn't know. I don't think lower court will be too happy if we have to go back because they then file in her courtroom, which is what they basically said to do. Like, we're not granting this.
Exactly.
You believe something's happening, go back to the lower court judge and see it out there. But no, you're denied.
And that was the other part of what I was going to say is that the lower court judge made an entire ruling on that basis, on the whole recording thing.
Right. And then what's
a separate ruling. Yeah. And they're acting like they have no idea. They just have no idea.
It was denied on no merit. So again, Brittany, oh my God, I'm going to say the word. I'm going to try not to. Brittany, Craig, listen up here. We're not the ones that filed for the appeal to be denied. You filed for the appeal. We are in the appeal process because there has been no ruling. There's been nothing that says there's no merit, not yet. It's going to a merit panel because that's what they call the 3 judges that rule on appeals, not because there's merit or there is none. They figure that out once we get there. We haven't gotten there yet. Okay. Secondly, I can absolutely fucking talk about it. What are you talking about? God bless her fucking stupid heart. Go get a shower and go to the gym or something. You're embarrassing yourself at this point. She doesn't know how to read. There's something wrong with her. She's really stupid. She's really stupid.
She doesn't even know what being on the internet means and free speech means. Literally the other day, I heard her say once again, and she's said this before, but that she should be able to speak her opinion without blowback.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nobody else should be able to speak their opinions, though. They should all be sued and silenced and gagged and all of that. And by the way, this order says all parties enjoined. All the parties are immediately enjoined, meaning you and your 9 other plaintiffs all enjoined. None of us can do that. None of us were besides you guys. So
the way they should really see this is a foreboding of the ruling that they're really looking for. Because they were asking for the same thing that they've been asking for all along, which is for you guys to not be able to speak.
Right, but that was denied.
And that was denied. and they're not asking for anything different in the actual complaint and the appeal and the ruling. And it all along, all they've been asking for is for you to not be able to say to speak on the internet. That's basically what they've been asking for.
Right.
They put it under the banner of harassment, but they have shown absolutely no proof whatsoever of this harassment that they claim. None whatsoever. And so there's no prima facie case, there's no evidence, no proof whatsoever. So they basically they have their answer now. Now it's just a matter of, it's a formality at this point, because all they're asking for all along is, please don't let them speak naughty, poopy words about us. And the court's not going to say, no, they're not allowed to say poopy, naughty words about you.
Right. Because again, I'll remind you all, this is what was denied in case anybody is unaware. Why that just jump? The nature of speech harassment, that was denied. Let me go down to the final part. The only publishing, reposting, transmitting, otherwise disseminating the opposing party's personal identifying information, denied. Threatening, harassing, stalking, doxing, or directing others to harass, stalk, or dox any party, council, blah, 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 denied. The only thing that was granted was the no recording of the courtroom, which again is already PA law. And they even said as much. They right here was consistent with PA law. Right. Of course it is. Them saying that all of this was denied. All of it. The only thing that they were granted, they denied us having to respond in 3 days. They denied having a hearing. They denied all of that. The only thing that was granted is PA law that was already in place. So the whole we don't want them to be able to use profanity and personal insults. Denied.
And sarcasm.
Denied.
You can't be sarcastic.
Right.
Don't use bad tone. Don't use a mean, nasty tone that will trigger us.
Right. Denied. All of that was denied. So
fucking ridiculous.
It really is. It's a waste of course time. But I'm glad that they did this because one, nobody was doing that anyway. But two, it shows the course that these guys are still at the end of the day just trying to take away our right to free speech.
It shows an absolute pattern of malice and bad intent, bad faith in their because they're going to hurry up and they're going to delay when the ball's in their court. But when they want to put the ball in your court, they're going to make it an emergency.
They've done that every time, trying to tell us we have this many days to respond or that many days. Also, they want to sit here and they say things like we're creating hate mobs or, the shit that they try to say. They're the ones on X calling for people to mass flood the DA's office based off fantasies. They're the ones on X trying to intimidate people by saying, if you think you're a doe, reach out to us. They're the ones that are seeking out people's personal identities right now, which would be what? Doxing. Everything they're accusing us of is everything they're doing. And it is well documented.
Yeah. Where was that there was that dog whistle to the DA? Because I was looking for that. And that's actually when I saw the ruling and I was like, oh, shit.
That was on At Night's post.
It was? Okay.
Mm-hmm. X, I mean.
So it was At Night. It wasn't Nick.
Yeah, it was yeah. Mm-hmm.
At Night. Okay. Which is Nick.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Nick at Night.
Nick at Night. Let me see if I can find. I got too much in here right now. Hold on.
You are right, Straight Talker. If you think you are a doe, I highly recommend that you do not contact Nick. Do not connect in any digital way to any of those people. It will probably not turn out good, in my opinion.
Yeah, you don't need them for anything.
Yeah.
There'd be no reason whatsoever to reach out to them.
Well, especially now, it's an appeals process. That's the other thing that in this quote unquote emergency injunction, they pulled the exact same stunt that they pulled last time, which was while the court is already in the middle of trying to rule on the answer to, is there an appeal or is there not an appeal? They try to thwart it. They try to delay it with an emergency. They did the exact same thing, and they ended up with a ruling against them.
Right.
And this time, since they filed it on Christmas Eve, they forced the court to, put aside all their whatever shit, give them a tiny little win by reinforcing PA law and denying everything else, and just delaying, and then just delaying things a little bit more.
Sorry, I'm reading something.
Yes,
So
and
keep on going.
yes, correct, Just Tracy. So when you appeal, you can only appeal on what was already presented. You can't bring in new evidence. You can't say, "Oh, we have this new evidence, and you need to rule on this."
Right. No, not in appellate court. You can only go, and that's what I'm trying to say, Lynn. They still to this date have not produced a reproduced record. So Superior Court does not know what happened at lower court because they're intentionally, in my opinion, it is strictly my opinion, that they are purposefully not giving it all to Superior Court.
Right. And
I need one quick second, if you don't mind.
No problem. And most of the time, an appeal is usually granted if there's some sort of judicial misconduct. If something wrong happened with the actual ruling in the court proceedings in the lower court. So what the merits panel has to look at is, did Judge Eckel look at all of the laws correctly? Did she interpret the law the way it was supposed to be interpreted? Were there any court procedures that were done incorrectly? That's what they have to look at. And we talked about this when the ruling came out from the lower court, that it was a very thorough and very pristine ruling. I mean, I've never seen a ruling that was so perfect and not had no typos whatsoever. And it's because this is the first time they were actually ruling in anti-SLAPP in Pennsylvania. So I would be, I'm always betting with, jars of olives and stuff. I would eat a fucking truckload of olives if the appeals court comes down and says, "Oh yeah, Judge Eckel made a mistake."
If Ms. Truth Teller, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. So I'm hearing, and you didn't watch, so you don't know, but the chat may know. I'm hearing that Brittany was rather giddy reading this latest filing. Can you put a 1 in the chat if that is true? I'm gonna do a little experiment here. The judge recognized this was a fake, waste of time and lies. She basically said in her ruling. The judge even said she looked at it from different angles.
Yep.
All of that. So there's 1s, right? So welcome. That's how it feels, Brittany. Okay. So when you sit over there and you say, Granny loves this, and you're tired of hearing about the RICO and blah, 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 you got what you thought was a win. You thought it was a win, and you were giddy to fucking read it. Why hasn't Brittany read any other filings this entire time?
Yeah, interesting.
Isn't that interesting? So this entire time, Brittany has not read any of the dockets, any of the rulings. Can anybody fathom why not? So yes, bitch, when you're winning, it feels good to fucking let the world know, don't it? Idiot. I heard she knocked herself out again. She always does.
Yeah, people are saying she was high as fuck while reading it.
Yeah. She hasn't read anything else because it's not in their favor. That's the only reason she read that, because she thought it was in their favor. Right. Again, by your logic, you violated the court rule because you don't know how to read.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there you go, Brittany. It felt good, didn't it? Just that one time. Yeah, and they made you look dumb. Like, it sucks that you don't have anybody who has a little tiny bit of understanding of law that you can run things past first and say, hey, am I going to make myself look like an asshole by saying this? Yeah, what's up with that? I noticed when Craig came in the room, Brittany quickly changed. I heard about that. Hmm.
Yeah, I did hear like just the beginning of her stream where like you could tell she wanted to come on and just like go to town, but then he was in there and they're talking about food.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, she was talking about the email that my attorney sent, and as soon as Craig came in the room, she quickly changed from what people are saying, how they interpret it. She changed the subject quickly because I don't think Craig. I know Craig doesn't know what's going on with her. And Craig's mind, they have 2 lawsuits against me. They're winning. They're, I'm fucked. I'm going down. All that shit, and it's just not reality, as we all know. So.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. 2026 going to be year wins for Granny. Amen. Talk it into existence now, baby. Yeah, she covered everything. She did that on purpose because this sets precedents for the future. Right. That's what the judge did in her ruling.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was so blown away by in that ruling, is that the judge looked at it from angles that weren't even requested to be looked at. Like
right. Judge Eckel.
Yeah, Judge Eckel. Yes.
Yeah.
The lower court judge. She was like, even if you look at it through the lens of defamation, nope. Even if you look at it through the lens of harassment, nope. If you look at it through the lens of this or that, nope. It doesn't stand up any of these tests. None of them.
Right. None. She tried from all different angles. Yes, looking beyond. She and they thought it was a win. That the law was upheld by Superior Court. Yes. Said they changed their address. Well, I don't. Why? Like, that's the shit that they say and do, right? First off, that's an old trick. Secondly, who fucking cares? Like, why are you, if you really did change your address, why are you telling the internet? So that the internet tries to find it and you can cry victim? It amazes me how much they tell the internet and then cry that people are invading their privacy.
That's like saying, that's like telling everybody exactly where you were doxxed.
Right. Yeah, he keeps threatening me. Yep, that's well documented. Believe me, well documented.
Yeah.
By what we hear from Craig, BJ's telling him lies. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Some people don't have that thing where you're like, I wonder if this is going to somehow embarrass me later. It's like full steam ahead, right? She thought she had one little thing. Like, she literally thought that I wouldn't be able to talk about my own litigation anymore and was ecstatic about that. And it's like, well, no, you couldn't be further from right. I mean, Rico. Oh, Amma, that's so sweet of you. Look for a good spot and let nonsense know. My treat. Well, thank you. Yeah, and Brittany, I hope you know that you're in active litigation. If you move, you have to update that address. I mean, you can't just hide from litigation. Thank you, Danny, for hitting the thumbs up. I think you can all do it. Let's hit the thumbs up. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Tracy. Nobody's supposed to. After the ruling, Nick did it. He violated the ruling. He violated. Yes. But who didn't know that they would? That's the only thing they have right now, to be like, look, we're victims. We're victims. This random chatter says they can hear the proceeding. It must be true. It's stupid.
Let's say that really was courtroom audio. Okay. Let's just say it was, for the sake of argument. Okay. You can't hear a fucking thing. Nothing is being said. There was nothing that was stated in that audio that would jeopardize the court proceeding.
Yeah. And it wasn't. So.
And it wasn't. And I know it wasn't.
And Lynn, that's what I was saying, right? Like, think about this logically. Let's say that their attempts to get their 50 followers to, blow up the DA's office. And again, go to my post. Who do you think the DA would be more interested in? You know what I mean? Like, who?
I know.
Right? So it's like, I thought they put in litigation that's harassment, that people were calling for Nick's parole officer to be, bombarded. But yet they can do that towards us, right? So anyway, if you all reached out to the DA and you told the DA about Nick, whatever. But where was I going with that? Oh, where was I going with that?
I'm not sure.
I got so caught up at the idea of the excitement of the DA finding out about these fraudsters, a parolee pretending to be a private intelligence group, and well, where was I going? Somebody's comment made me think of it.
Well, one thing that stopped me, like I saw the ruling posted on X last night, but I wasn't even sure if it was valid.
Yeah, 'cause you can't trust anything from them.
You can't trust a fucking thing from them, and there was no like court stamp on it. And I tried to look at the docket myself, but for some reason I can't find that docket. So, I was like, all right, well, I'll just wait for, the actual litigants to, the ones that are coming out here with misinformation to say what actually happened.
Right. I don't know how they presented it, but it just amazes me that they think that's a win. Again, I said the same thing. Come on, Nelly. I said the same thing before remember when they celebrated because it got approved by the clerk, a docket to go through, and they celebrated after 10 prior to that were denied.
It was emergency order granted, and it wasn't granted. And they believed Kim.
Yeah, that was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Like, yeah, Kim is like, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer who didn't take the bar and probably failed out of school, but is lying to everybody. But believe me, yes, it was approved. It is granted. A hearing is coming, and then they get the worst news they could have asked for. Guess so, Cheyenne too. They can do all the that's the thing is, they can do all the harassment, all the doxing, all the courtroom posting of proceedings they want. But Granny and Barbecue, no. That's how they were in their mind.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. If they believe that what they're saying, that ruling means we can't talk about it anymore, then again, wouldn't Nick and her both be in direct violation because they posted it?
Yeah.
Right. Did GWR read out the appeal and what the judge supposedly ruled erroneously on? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, I don't know what you mean.
They probably just misspeaking and saying.
Oh, that's what I was going to say, Lynn. And let's say that they're successful and they get the DA's attention. He comes, they come knocking at my door, right? They're going to put cuffs on me and you're under arrest. And no, she knocked over my vape, Mr. Blue. Sorry.
Come and knock on my door.
Right. Come and knock on my door. They're going to do all of that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you really think that the fucking state is going to prosecute me based off of a 15-second clip? You don't think that they have to prove that I recorded something, and you don't think I can disprove that by offering my cell phone and saying, hey, look at the time and date. There was no phone calls. I don't do Discord. There was nothing. I'd be able to prove my innocence in that format. And also it would just get Shady in trouble. Because Shady, you would have to come out from your incognito position and tell everybody how you fucking made that shit.
Yep. She would have to provide the raw audio, the source audio from that, where she got that.
Right.
Yep. That's right. You go real life on everybody when you initiate litigation. You ask, you idiots.
Right.
Ass idiots.
Unbelievable.
You got to show your work. Yeah, I know, UA. She did. I know. I was just, blabbering. Sorry, anyway.
Something. Yeah. Where the kisses are his and hers and hers. Three's company too. Well, Brittany did dig her hole deeper when she, responded to the email. I don't know why she would lie and say that appeals deal with judges, and if judge filed law, not retrial, did you, Granny, read the part of appeal, the supposed judge errors? Yeah, the judge didn't make errors, Blue. I get what you're saying. That they have no law to back up that the judge erred. All they have is that we don't like the judge's ruling. So I get what you're saying. Their brief, you're talking about, did I read their brief? Their brief is not well done. It is jumbled. It is not it's just like they're filing. So no, I did not. I tried to read you all some of their brief. It doesn't make much sense. I rather read you all our brief where you can comprehend what's going on. Yeah,
Well,
the error is that they didn't like her ruling. Really, they have nothing based in law. Oh, thank you so much, Gold Dust. Go ahead, Lynn. I apologize.
oh no, it's okay. All their rulings are rambling, like confusing, intentionally confusing misstatements of law.
Gold Dust just gave $250 fucking dollars.
No way.
Thank you so much, Gold Dust. Thank you.
That was very nice of you, Gold Dust.
Extremely nice. Thank you.
A very nice end of year treat.
It helps tremendously. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank all of you. Anonymous, Whitebird, Anonymous. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I just what they're trying to say, that the slap hasn't been promulgated by Supreme Court yet. That's one of their things. They're saying that the judge didn't take their evidence, which is false. They had like 6 months to put evidence in, and they never did.
Yeah.
Yeah, their arguments can be debunked by the transcript of the hearing that day, which I still full-heartedly believe that they purposely had that courtroom swatted twice.
Yeah.
They sent the sheriffs in there twice under the lie that we were live streaming when it wasn't fucking happening.
Right. For all of their trying, that's the only thing they could try to get people on, and it hasn't worked.
Right. You know what I can't wait to do when this is all said and done, Lynn? I'm going to call that lawyer that I first spoke to, who read everything and all that, but unfortunately was too busy, but did call me back and say, I want you to keep this in your mind. You're not crazy. They are.
Yeah.
I want to call that guy back and thank him for that short sentence, that one little statement that has literally carried me to where I am. Because it was at that moment that I finally had an attorney look over this and say it was crockpot ramblings. This is insanity. This will never make it. I'm so sorry you're going through this. And most importantly, you're not the crazy one. They are. And I want to thank him for that.
Yeah. M Butter, which exact thing? And also, I want M Butter. You also asked, is this math class? You mean show our work? Yeah, actually, unfortunately, the court can actually be a lot like math class, because if you say, hey, this person has done something wrong, you have the burden of proof. And you need to prove that that person actually did something wrong. And the way Shady would need to prove that they did something wrong was to prove that that audio did in fact come from the courtroom.
Right.
And she would need to produce where that source audio came from that she put in that video.
Oh, Hannah, my sentence was done at that. I'm sorry. I don't have anything further to tell you. And did you win? No. I don't know why.
There's no winning yet. They won at the lower court. They're just waiting for it to be upheld at the appeal level.
Yeah, that's all that is.
Oh, okay. Sorry, M Butter. I was just making sure. Sometimes I think I take things literally. I'm sorry.
You were never crazy about this case, Granny. No, I know, but these people try to make you feel like you're crazy. Like imagine this narrative that I can't talk on Rico at all, and they won. They got the gag order. Like these people lie about the dumbest things. They lie about things that are easily debunked by going to the docket and taking a look for yourself. It is infuriating to deal with somebody who is such a fucking liar like they are. And what they're celebrating is nothing. They're celebrating the PA courts upholding the already written in law about recording a courtroom without permission. That's it. That's all. They say as much. You can't do it without direct permission from the courts. That's it. Everything else was denied. So it's far from a gag order. Secondly, the courts would never tell me that I'm not allowed to speak on public concern. This is a public concern. Our entire fight is based around freedom of speech. I know you don't understand it because you don't know what the fuck you signed that day, Brittany, but that's what this all comes down to, freedom of speech. And in the United States, I have the freedom of speech to say that you are a fat, wasteful piece of shit all day long. And no Lasniak or Bruce Castor or Nick the fucking rat is going to be able to tell the courts that I can't use profanity or personal critiques when talking about you. End of.
And even though I don't know you, I've never talked to you, I'd never hope really to talk to you because I don't think there's really a coherent conversation to be had. I can say whatever the fuck I want to.
Right. Welcome to those constitutional rights you think you have.
I can say you're an idiot. I can say you're fat. I can say you fall asleep. I can say that you are a travesty on the true crime community. I can say that.
You know what, Brittany? I have right here. Listen, hear it. This is one book. This is the second. The second one is blue. It says the Constitution of the United States of America. The other one is white, and it says the Constitution of the United States of America. This one was courtesy of the local Girl Scouts, okay? You too can go to your state representative's office and pick yourself up one of these beautiful little books so you too can understand your constitutional rights as an American. And I'll be damned if you don't walk away learning you don't have the right to stomp on mine. Pick up a fucking book, you buffoon.
Well, pick up the book and realize that the rights are not just for one person, Brittany.
Right. You're not here to protect and coddle you.
They're for everybody.
She just don't get it.
Nope. She thinks that she should be able to speak her opinion without blowback.
Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances.
That was written actually in the ruling. I don't know if you remember this, but Judge Eckel actually quoted that in the ruling, which I thought was incredible that she actually had to put that in a ruling to remind lawyers what the First Amendment is. Right.
Like, hello. I like when she also put in that this doesn't read like it was written by a 20-year attorney who was once, of a higher position. Irony Rose, thank you for the 5 gifted. No, she can't comprehend because she's half awake, half alert, always out of breath. I don't know. I mean, I love the fact that she is so. I want to know what she thinks we're even doing. If you think the appeal was dismissed because there was no merit, what are we doing then? Did any of her moronic fucking followers ask her, what are you doing then, Brittany? Why are you still in court if the court's already agreed that there was no merits to their slap? Hello? Can you answer that?
And I get to say that I think you're a really shitty fucking mother who shows that she is so heavily addicted to something that she falls asleep every night on her own live stream while expecting her viewers to give her donos. Like a fucking panhandler, like a nodding out panhandler in the middle of a urban, street where there's other drug addicts. That's what you look like.
I think that whatchamacallit said it best. Stephen Fisher, when he said Brittany's not just a panhandler on the street, she's the one that knocks at your car window.
Yeah.
He said it best. Well, YouTube Inspector Gadget, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. I just seen a question. Her lawyer did not respond to mine. No, and he certainly didn't send her the email. And again, if he did, post it, Brittany. Post it. We're calling bullshit.
Post it and stop using your fucking kids for content. It's disgusting.
Oh, that's what I was going to say next. And fuck you for highlighting and reading out a nasty comment about my kids, bitch. Fuck you.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Lynn, you know the difference? You know the fucking difference? I know
Hmm.
damn well who and what my fucking children are. I don't need to come on here and fight their honor and convince you all otherwise or tell you all it was stemming or it's nightmares or it's insomnia. Rah, 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 rah. I don't need to do any of that because I'm confident in my parenting. I'm confident in my fucking kids. I know what I raised. I know what good kids they are. I know what they're doing far more than Brittany or Craig have ever accomplished in their lives. So I don't need to come on here and debunk any little stupid rumor or point out the fact that Brittany's running around highlighting comments of somebody who's purposely doxing a 13-year-old child. I don't need to do any of that. Very fucking confident in who my children are.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. I see you participate, Angela, and I'll be doing the same to yours that is my age. Make that clear, bitch. You got away with starting a rumor on my child once. I'm telling you right now, if your little fucking nodding out friend keeps going for my children, I will match energies, but this time I will seek out and put out information you gave me about your adult daughter that is my age. Sure will. They keep accusing me, Lane, of being like this horrible person that doxes and goes after kids and all that. When the fuck do I do that? Should I do that? I think I should. No, she was not CC'd on the email because it's not about her. It's about the cease and desist that man put his signature on. Lorton, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. 22 months is amazing. Cash, the devil's advocate on panel is correct. If the audio was recorded in court on what was heard and how it utilized, would be slap on the wrist at most. Case would be unaffected legally. Thank you, Cash. She doesn't have an attorney. I was never convicted of child endangerment. Brittany, you lost custody of 3. Weigh it out, people. What do you think's worse? A dropped charge of child endangerment in 2008 I was never convicted of, or losing custody of a whole whopping 3?
Or 5 CPS calls.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. Fuck, who could forget those? Idiot.
Oh, Mystical says, I don't think Granny saw my comment, so maybe you can answer. Do you think it's possible for you to go after Shayna, Ivy Flight, etc., for funding this court harassment against you?
I don't think I care to be honest. They're nobodies. They're pathetic. I think they live in their misery every day. I'm not like Brittany. I'm not going to go after people who simply support her regardless of what they're doing to me. I think that's a cheap shot. Plus, I hate to break it to them, but her own friend Brittany already did that by putting their names in the C&D. So they're kind of already locked in. Yeah. No, I never let my kids upload their asses. No, I've never. If I ever would have seen my son as a little boy pull down his pants and begin twerking, I would have handled it right there on the spot.
Well, and you don't have them regularly on your stream to tell the audience how great life is at your house. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, Merry Christmas, everybody. Think that we're all doing great over here when I'm coughing up a lung.
Well, and do you or anyone know how she lost custody? No, she claims that she didn't, which I think is worse. If you gave over custody, I think that's worse. She didn't even bother to fight for them. So either way, I think you're a piece of shit. Child endangerment can be you drove 10 over the speed limit with a child in the car. It could be a child was unbuckled, Brittany, which you have 2 of them. In my case, it was retail theft and my baby was in the stroller. That's why it was dropped. But, is what it is. Thank you, Vibrator. Thank you. I like how Brittany keeps saying, felons. They hang out with felons. Does she realize that Nick's a state parolee? Also a rat? I'll hang with the felons.
Some of her best friends on YouTube are fucking criminals and support pro-crimers. Okay, they go around pretending that their best friends haven't revenge porned people on their channels over and over and over again, many times over. And then they come out and clutch their pearls and have an absolute fucking conniption over the accusation that somebody else revenge porned.
Which is accusing somebody of a crime they have not been committed of. Once again, Brittany, So not only are you saying that I was charged with child endangerment, which is accused me of a crime I was not convicted of, you're also accusing me of committing revenge porn, which is a crime I was not convicted of. You do realize, and you should because of your own friend over there, that defamation is a real thing that is actionable. But go on. You keep thinking you're sitting pretty. I can't wait until I can fucking do what I'm going to do. You think everything, the internet's cheering now? Just fucking wait. Give me 1 second to read this quick thing really quick. Thank you so much, wee Lisa. Happy New Year, Granny, and the Melons. Happy New Year to you. What, anybody have a resolution? You guys do that? I think it shows everything that she is freaking out that your attorney is simply asking for verification on the $8,000 payment.
Yeah, my New Year's resolution is that they don't do any more emergency injunctions. See, that's the kind of resolution they would come up with, is something that they can't ever control. Something that is completely out of their control, that they like to communicate is within their control. Lip Lock No More's resolution is to stay alive. Well, I hope you stay alive too, Lip Locked.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, absolutely hope that too.
Yeah, you know what? Runs with Scissors. I saw that. Runs with Scissors says BJ stated Lana Oriana never did revenge porn. I've shown several times that she did revenge porn on her channel at least 3 or 4 times. At least. Those are the ones I caught and was able to document, okay? Whenever people talk about all the worst things that people can do on YouTube, Lana has done every single one of them, okay? And that's Brittany's friend, and that's who Brittany shares mods with. So yes, I did come up with the term pro-crimer, because that's what they are. They are pro-crime. They sit there and try to make everyone but the guilty party innocent. So they become pro-burgers. They build an entire channel on saying that Bryan Kohberger is innocent, even after he pled guilty to murdering 4 girls. Well, 3 girls and a young man, right? That's called pro-crime. So Brittany, it belongs right. Okay, Sassy Hound. Yes, I know. Brittany likes to say that I'm obsessed with Lana. I would like you all to look up the word hypervigilant. There's a big difference between being obsessed, which implies that I just can't stop thinking about Lana, and Lana's just, I can't get her out of my mind and I have to look at everything she does. No, I'm hypervigilant. I look out for things that Lana does to other people and myself because of my experience with Lana and what she's done to me and the true crime community. Okay. So let's turn this.
Lana.
Yeah.
She is such a weirdo.
Well, and that's all I'm saying is when you support somebody who's done all the worst fucking things you can do on the internet, you have no grounds. You stand for nothing.
Well, it's like she's buddied up with Robbie again, too. I mean, Robbie, if you want to talk about racism, doxing, going after kids, all that shit, we can fucking get it. Meantime, I'm going to read you all an email. Happy New Year, GW. I pray 2026, the year you get the justice you have waited so long for and deserve so much. Thank you, Hartley. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
An email. Yay.
Yeah. So, Brittany, because you're a liar, and we know you're a liar, Doe53 has entered the chat. We are going to go ahead and read a email that was sent to Rancher. That is not harassment. It is communications amongst 2 adults. If you can't handle it, get the fuck out the kitchen. All right. So it says, Dear Attorney Harris, it has come to our attention your client, Brittany Nicole Jackson, has made a series of suspect statements concerning my communication to you dated December 29th. First was the cease and desist letter sent to my client, Jessica, dated September 10th, 2025, written on your letterhead. Did you sign the cease and desist letter? If you did not send the C&D letter or sign same, did you file a police report noting someone improperly used your legal letterhead? Since we have no knowledge thereto, upon all information and belief, you sent to C&D. We note your lack of follow-up or further legal work in this regard. Next, you should really discuss with Ms. Jackson that discovery and aid of execution on a judgment is not harassment. You should also discuss the legal process available to a judgment holder against a judgment debitor is not an invasion of privacy. For the legal eagles that advised Ms. Jackson during her live stream, in North Carolina, the process of collecting on a judgment is governed by statute. The execution on a judgment generally lasts for a period of 90 days once it has been issued. In the execution period, the Sheriff's Department of Ms. Jackson's county will be tasked with investigating whether she owns property in that county to satisfy the judgment. If property is located, it can be seized and sold by the sheriff to pay the judgment. Of course, this execution is subject to the applicable procedural rules and requirements that must follow it under North Carolina statute. Additionally, it is warming to know Ms. Jackson is the best legal gift that keeps on giving the whole year, just like Jelly of the Month Club. Be advised, Ms. Jackson's comments from December 29th are duly noted. Advise Ms. Jackson she should prepare for further litigation as we intend to pour it on and not let her up. Finally, are you aware of rhetoric hyperbole, whatever? The term buck wild was used in my community dated December 29th was rhetoric hype, whatever the word is. Make no mistake, we will use all legal means to collect any monies Ms. Jackson owes to Jessica. To be clear, we expect to assert relentless pressure on Ms. Jackson through the legal process each and every day in that regard. The end.
Keep that foot on that neck, Mr. Attorney.
She's a liar, saying that her attorney responded and got him good. Yeah, hi, parallel, whatever. You guys know what the fuck it means. She's a liar. He did not respond. He did not send you the email. He didn't do any of that because he does not represent you. Your own mods have made it clear that he does not represent you. And I find it really bizarre that you're telling people that he didn't send the C&Ds. So, the more you talk. Well, and that's, I mean, she's acting like, oh, they're trying to invade and get my assets and, learn about my income and this and that. No, that's part of litigation. It's fucking part of it. Lindsay, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. No, he has not responded, Danny. Brittany stated that attorney did not send out the C&Ds. I don't think she has a copy. Has she posted it, Beach Life? Yeah, I do what my attorney tells me to do. I don't tell my attorney what to do. Quite opposite. Hey, Wandering Sub. She initiated it. Yes, Brittany did. She made the comment that her attorney did not send out the C&Ds. I want to know why she said that. He clearly did, but I'm curious why she's saying otherwise.
I didn't hear her say that.
Yeah, I think I have it right here. Hold on.
I mean, I don't doubt it. She says all kinds of shit that never ends up being true.
Hold on.
Jason said he heard her say it.
Yeah, I know somebody emailed it to me. I'm looking. Oh. Angela, you want your turn, huh? All right. So, here it is. I think I found it. Fuck, where is it?
Well, while you're looking, a couple people in chat mentioned, hey, Lynn, Brown Kohberger just took the plea deal to avoid the death penalty. That might be true. That might be true. I don't, you can have that position, but that's not the reason these particular pro-crimers take that stance. These pro-crimers take that stance to make money, okay? They will take that stance. They've taken that same stance, that innocence fraud stance, on several other cases, not just the Kohberger case. So my point being is that might be true, but that's really not what they're standing for. They're just doing it. They're just stretching out stretching it out for content donos and dollars. Yep. There is exactly, in butter. Conspiracy theories, in case you guys don't know, conspiracy content on YouTube is bread and butter. So you mix true crime and conspiracy content, and man, you're just raking it in. And there are just some people who have no scruples and no morals, and they will just make shit up. They will just make shit up out of whole cloth to make it seem like things aren't the way they are, just for content. And that's
Dang, who the hell sent me this? Oh, here it is. I thought I was going crazy. I specifically remember BJ's mod saying this and BJ saying, right. I don't know if it's important for your solicitor. I think I found it. Hold on. It was petty.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to it really quick. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No problem. Hello, everybody.
I found it. I interrupted again. I'm sorry, but here it is. I'm excited, Lynn. All right, ready? Listen close, folks. Listen close. This is Ivy League, the one who claimed to have known the attorney. Okay.
Yep.
Just for the record, we never said that the attorney would be handling the CNDs, ROs, etc. He is a criminal law attorney. He does not do civil cases. Right.
I remember that. I do remember when that was said. Yep.
And I'll tell you what, it's clear that he doesn't do civil cases because he misquoted the law and his C&Ds to begin with. Next time, Petty, next time, can you not put the music? We can't play it. We lose ad revenue from it. But so that makes it very clear that, and your mod saying it. So you're the one saying that he did not send, that he had nothing to do with the C&Ds. Well, he shouldn't have sent out C&Ds if he wasn't going to follow up on them. Thank you so much, Petty, for having that. I thought I seen now. I was going nuts. I'm like, where the fuck's this email? And I will respond to all of your emails today. Sorry. Right. Why did he send them? Right? Oh, it's Ivy in the hospital? Ivy nurse in the hospital?
Yeah.
Right. So who needed a criminal attorney? It makes me go back to that warrant on July 10th, which is around the time that Brittany really started amping that she needed this money.
That is so weird. It's like Flight Nurse was stating a fact, and then Brittany agreed, but she was reluctantly agreeing, and then wait, he actually did sign them.
Right.
So weird. Sweet Sativa believes she forged them.
No, because they came from his office.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely came from his office. So again, I think that it was when she kept calling my attorney a back alley attorney and this and that. I think without a doubt that is not the case. She's projecting once again her own, type of living and I think that this attorney was retained to send these C&Ds and then reach out to Team YouTube and attempt to take down her channels, which is why I responded, because I'm not going to let you take down my channel. Like the fuck?
Right. Yeah, there was a strategic cough, Tara. I heard that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She got so like, Oh no, they're going to figure out that I collected these funds for no good reason. That's what I think.
Yeah. Oh, you just collected these funds to get rich to become rich on YouTube.
Wait, what?
That's why you collected these funds, just to get two single women get rich on YouTube by collecting legal funds.
So why did you put me in a position to need to collect legal funds?
Yeah.
Again, this is what I mean. Like, Brittany wants everybody to believe that it cost her $8,000 to send out a couple C&Ds, but it's too far-fetched to believe that fighting for over a year and a half now, and a RICO that involves Dog the Bounty Hunter and a media company and relentless ending filings that are gibberish and pages upon pages long that barely cost anything, right, Brittany? That's your logic? And a defamation case. But if that, again, then why'd you fucking do it, idiot? It probably does kill you, Brittany. It probably kills you that what you thought was going to destroy me only made me stronger. I bet you it eats you up all the time. I bet you in your world, you think I've gotten rich and this and that. No, but I will tell you, when that judgment comes down, it will help. And that is your fault. You should have never fucking done it. You're so bitter and hateful, and you can't stand that what you set out to do failed. You failed. You thought you were going to destroy me. You thought you were going to throw me in jail. You thought I was going to lose all support, and you did opposite. I bet it kills you inside, doesn't it? I bet you hate it.
No, in fact, Granny's support has increased and Brittany's support has waned.
Dwindled, right? Because people have witnessed in real time as her victimhood storyline crumbled. Yes, Bax, I do have inside information. It tells me it came from his office. Yes, absolutely. Last night, Craig said that you were cooking that she muted him. Did you hear that? Craig always accuses others of cooking drugs and doing drugs. It makes me wonder what those Pyrex are really being used for. Let's put it that way.
He's always accusing people of the most egregious shit. He's always calling people chomos and shit.
Right. I'll never forget when he said, we're all sitting over here with needles in our arms and no custody of our kids. And I'm like,
whoa.
Are you talking about sitting over there and as in 2 feet away from you?
Right.
What the fuck you mean?
I mean, let's not forget when he did that rant that caused the cops to show up at his house and then CPS, she was snoring. Okay. She was literally snoring as he said all that shit.
Right.
I mean, that's the literal picture of what you have going on there is this drunk, ranting, bigoted, violent idiot, you know, talking about extremist shit in the background. And then while his girlfriend is like, and doesn't wake up until maybe she hears a gun.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hell, he said to her that you look like a Mexican chomo boy. Damn, that's what your man thought of you. Like, what the fuck? What an insult. He is her biggest troll. Thank you, Bio, for hitting the thumbs up.
But the thing is you got there's
I didn't file interrogatories. Hold on. I'm sorry, Lynn. I don't mean sorry, let me apologize for cutting you off again. I didn't file interrogatories against Brittany. When you are in litigation and you start the discovery process, again, she doesn't know because she initiates litigation, but has no follow through, which is why she failed at every attempt. But that is a part of a fucking court process. And I didn't file interrogatories against her. And Brittany, there will come a time where you will be court ordered to respond when they are filed against you. Oh my God, I can't stand her. There's something wrong with her, Lynn. I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but she just...
No, it's okay. I keep wondering why Craig is insulting Mexican boys. Why is it an inherent insult to be Mexican? I don't understand.
Because it's Craig.
Exactly.
In Craig's world, if you're not, the white man, you're no good.
Right. Fucking asshole.
He's such I'm telling you, these people, I keep saying, these people think they're representing the perfect conservative Christian family, and they're not. And it cracks me up.
You know what? I lived in
cracks me up.
I lived in Mexico for 3 years, mofos.
Right.
And those people are the hardest fucking working people I've ever seen.
I've always, and the
Ever.
most generous and kindest and all of that.
Warm and loving. Yes.
This was just last night, May, that he said Granny. It was just last night. Yeah, he's like a 12-year-old. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It is certainly part of a litigation lawsuit that you serve in interrogatories and seek discovery. That's what they're crying about in their appeal. The judge didn't allow limited discovery. You never sought limited discovery until we were literally before the judge, and you wanted a continuance. And when she said no, you then said you wanted limited discovery. When the judge asked what, he said he wanted to know. He wanted to question us about our publicly spoken live streams. That's it. It's in the fucking transcript.
One Inspector Gadget, the sexual talk in front of a child in their household is deplorable. That, and also threatening to slap a teacher. All that shit. You know, it's like, it really is just sickening, the kind of conversation that you hear going on, even just while they're live. Imagine what is said when they're not live.
Or shooting the delivery guy in the face because he trespassed by dropping off a delivery. Oh, he risked his life for minimum wage. And then the child says, dummy. Like, that's what, yeah, but go on, Brittany. Go on. Talk about other people's children. I actually agree with you, Straight Talker. I think that's exactly what it was. I think this attorney was hired to take down channels based on defamation and harassment. And when it came time, she didn't have what she needed to get our channels removed. That's why I responded how I did and acknowledged that I know, because of Brittany, that your intent is to remove my channel. And if you go forward and are successful, I will sue for this, this, and this.
That's awesome. Texas Blue Bonnet. Somebody else said they're in Mexico. They were, oh yeah, Vibrator said he was in Mexico for 3 years too. I think it's awesome.
That is awesome. They are, Margaret. I agree. I definitely think the attorney was hired for Craig. There's also that chance too. I mean, they say in that clip that he's not hired for civil. Nobody said he'd be handling, and they're liars. You're a liar, Ivy. Do you talk to Brittany before you lie for her? Because Brittany also said that he was supposed to represent her for the restraining orders, but he was busy that day.
Right.
So, and then Ivy League's like, nobody ever said he was supposed to work the ROs. Oh, yeah, your friend did. These people just don't even know when they fucking lie. Yeah. And that's the other thing. And for Nick to say, if you think you're a doe, reach out to us. That's similar to when he said to me, you know, Granny, reach out. We'll help you. Even though we're the ones suing you, reach out to us. Don't fall for that shit. If they think you're a doe, they have to serve you. They can't just write it on a social media post. Don't fall. And I don't think anybody would be dumb enough to fall for their shit, but don't fall for it. They're trying to get everybody, you know, riled up, thinking they're doing something. They think they got one win. And now they think they're on top of the world.
They're just such fucking play actors.
Right.
You know, everything they do is for content, not for the actual law of it, not for the right, not for the rights, not for the morals of it. It's all fucking content to them.
That, or it's no, it's all a LARP for them. I don't even think it's like, I think it's just a long grift. They want the world to see them as some, you know, private intelligence group.
Yeah, they're pop-up intelligence group that they don't know what they are from one day to the next.
Right.
Today, now they're a flashy media company that can't get their fucking act together on a simple live stream.
What was the other thing they did the other day? And I'm like, holy shit, you claim to be. That's the other thing. You know, Nick literally put on his thing that he's like the head of AI,
Yes.
artificial intelligence.
Yep. There's another one. There's another caption that says he's the head of litigation. He's the head of litigation strategy or coordination or something like that.
Well, you suck at both.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell his poster chat GPT written. I'll tell you that. There's no doubt in my mind that they are. And he sucks at both. You really failed at both. I'll never forget when he said to Brittany, "Oh, those that we sue, they usually end up in jail."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phonetics is asking, what is a doe? A doe is like when you want to sue somebody, but you don't know what their name is. So you just say doe, and then they're going to hopefully be identified later. Or if it's a victim that you don't want to name in another, in
this case, they're saying a doe is the other RICO operators with me. All of the RICO operators, which again was 50. Then they dropped it to 14. Now they're trying to put names on it, but they were not identified during the lower court, so they can't do it now. Like they called Jay a doe the other day. You can't just do that. It's not the way it works. Hey, Karen, Happy New Year.
Yeah, and then there's a process to assigning does, like with names.
Right.
You can't just go, oh, I've chosen my doe now.
Yeah, I'm going to pick you.
Doe, a deer. Right, Cash. Doe, a deer, a female deer.
It's ridiculous.
Ray.
Hey, Mick. No, it doesn't work that way. And their little fantasy world, it does, but it doesn't work that way.
At a certain point, their fantasy world will clash with the reality world, and it won't be pretty for them, unfortunately. And I'm not making threats. I'm just speaking reality. They're going to be slapped with a reality that is not going to be easy for them to process.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything they're doing, it's funny because everything they're accusing us of doing, they're actually doing. I never seen no shit like it.
Yeah.
He did. Craig told BJ she was the little sister he never had. Are you saying Craig said that, Grits, or who?
I think I do remember him saying that, actually.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That is really sad. So I remember a friend of mine was like, she was talking about her husband, and she's like, when I kiss him, it just kind of feels like I'm kissing my brother.
What?
She had fallen out of love with him,
Yeah. Well, that's the place they're in, I suppose. Laura Lulu, you should be. That's the weird. I've never seen nothing like that. Do you have two separate accounts? If this slap goes through, which I know, well, I think Lasniak needs sanctions or disbarred, serious investigation for sure. He said that to her after antagonizing her. That's pathetic. Wow, that's sad. Let me fix Laura Lulu. I've never seen something like that. You must have two separate accounts, Laura. Oh, shit, I'm messing up. Hold on.
YT Inspector Gadget, he's just using loopholes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's loopholes.
He's a loophole guy.
Survived his entire adult life through loopholes.
Loopholes. Yep.
Right. As she tells lies, lies, and lies, and then snores, right? That's what I'm saying, facts over feelings. That I think that they do everything they do. I think that he filed on Christmas Eve because he wanted attention for that live stream to not embarrass himself in front of Castor and Lasniak, who he tells that he's some big, big baller when it comes to social media. And they got embarrassed because he couldn't even fucking work audio, and they had a whole whopping 10 people. You know what I mean? But I think that he did that in hopes that all of us would discuss that and cover it and bring them back into the attention atmosphere. And it doesn't. It don't. And I hope it won't. I hope nobody gives them the attention they want. Happy New Year's, James. That's exactly what I think they were seeking. All the things he says tells us that he just doesn't love her. I mean, if she stays, that's on her. She has no choice, right?
Well,
living off the father-in-law. Now him.
When you're on the internet, they use the internet against each other, right? Because that one little exchange she tries to have with him says it all. Because he'll be walking out of the room and she'll be like, "I love you. I love you. And he'll never say it back.
Right.
And she's saying, I love you because the internet is watching. And he doesn't say, I love you back because the internet is watching.
Yeah. And he wants the internet to watch him. Wee with the 10 gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know, Regina. That's what I keep saying. I'm telling you, it's not going to go in their favor. No, the gag order was not granted. It was denied, denied, denied. She's a liar. I tell you, a fucking liar. Thank you, Alexis. I can't believe how much that girl lies. In her world, the slap was denied because there's no merit. What are we still doing in court then? I never met somebody so stupid. Seriously. Lynn, that takes a level of stupidity that I just, you can't even argue against. What the fuck are we doing then? Why are we in appellate court? If it was dismissed because there's no merit, what are we doing? Just like the one time when she read the judge's ruling, she goes, I don't know, this reads like a dismissal, but it was. They dismissed you. We won.
I think we know the answer to all of this. She plays stupid on the internet to get sympathy.
I don't know, man. Because you mean to tell me there's not one fucking idiot, not one of your idiotic mods, Boston, Ivy, who else are mods? None of you are smarter than her to recognize that no, well, Brittany, you're wrong. You're wrong.
No, look, they are stupid. Collectively, they are stupid as fuck, but they're more duplicitous than they are stupid. Okay. And so, yes, they will go ahead and they'll tell you that they stupidly don't understand things that they, yes, fully understand, because they can't keep getting those donos in if they admit to their audience that they've lost and they're losing.
Right. But I don't get it.
Well, it's intentionally confusing because they're lying and they're duplicitous. And they have to make up all kinds of different roads, create all kinds of different inroads to their lies that make it very confusing.
But they're easily debunkable lies. That's what blows my mind. Peachy Keen, thank you so much for being a member for 22 months.
Which makes her chat even more stupid. Yes.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I refuse to believe that whole chat of an active 16 is that fucking stupid. It scares me to believe that people that position themselves as true crime enthusiasts, as humans that can fucking vote, can drive, can purchase cigarettes and alcohol, can't read a fucking docket.
Well, because they're pro-crime and anti-constitution.
Oh, man, I don't get it.
I mean, they are absolutely 1,000% anti-constitution when Brittany sits there and says, I should be able to say my opinions without blowback.
Right. But yet I'm being sued for mine.
Right.
It baffles me. And then top it off, to do a poll last night, should you go back to true crime or do drama? For fuck's sake, you're almost 40. Be an adult. Hey, nonsense.
Hi, nonsense.
Don't start the age shaming shit because I'm getting old.
Well, it's not ageism. It's the fact that at damn near 40 years old, this woman should have enough of backbone and a personal identity to not rely on the chat. Should I go back? First off, your chat don't even like you. More than 50% of the viewers are hate watchers, so they're going to push drama because you're the cow that keeps on giving. I mean, the fuck? But like, I wish people would have done, I don't even know what the results were. I just assumed drama. I wish people would have voted true crime just to see her fumble and fail her chat once again.
Well, she's been saying actually for the last like 2 or 3 nights that she was going to be doing true crime. I'm going back when she comes on and does drama earlier in the day. She'll say, okay, well, I'll be doing a deep dive tonight. We'll be getting back to true crime and then right back into drama every time.
Yep.
Every freaking time.
And the other night she yelled at the chat for saying, I thought you were going to do true crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
It's just a mess. I didn't watch last night, but I went back this morning because I heard she read that out and oh my God, she is so stupid.
She got it all wrong.
Oh, it's so painful. It's so painful. This has been there's nothing new here. The only thing is It's in writing to follow the laws in Pennsylvania. That's
Right.
been
That's
in
what I'm
existence.
saying.
None of us have done anything, and it specifically states February 18th. None of us have been. Sorry.
Right. It
That's
changes
them.
nothing. Everything else they sought, like our right to speak on the filing, our right to speak on them, our right to all of that was
Mhm.
denied. Why is it dated? Because whoever did it, and I don't know which one of you started it, whoever pulled up the docket today and took that screenshot is showing the date of today. But if you read what is actually they're only showing half of the docket. They're showing something from August. I don't know
Mhm.
why. I haven't spoken to anybody that posted it yet to ask them why they did it. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason, maybe there's an explanation. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about what you're talking about. So
A bunch of people posted that the appeal was dismissed.
what?
Yeah.
No, that's
They're
God.
using the ruling of August when we filed to have it quashed because they didn't file a document statement and they came back and said the appeal was
Right.
dismissed. They're using that. I don't know why.
But do they not realize that they said, wasn't that the first time that he said he had a family emergency and that's why he failed to?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, maybe they just don't understand. That's,
It's just today's date that you're seeing.
yeah.
Remember what Kelsey wrote about pre-litigation? Yes, I absolutely do. Kelsey said that payment was for pre-litigation, and it looks like now that they need to raise more money because now they need it for actual litigation. I remember.
I think we should loop your videos that you've done on litigation and just put them on a replay at this point.
Honestly,
I-
that's not a bad idea.
I'm
I
not
was thinking
joking.
I was thinking about looping the snoring.
Yes.
That too. You
I
don't even
think-
have to loop. You can get a new snore every day.
Yeah.
But I really do think, Jess, you should probably take all of your litigation streams and go through them. I think it's something that there's a lot of new faces around here that weren't around in October of 2024 when all of this went, and people don't even understand the extent of the fuckery. I've been playing that declaration over and over again to get people to
Yeah.
understand this is such a big piece of how fucked up this has been from jump. And they're like, what? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The performance of a lifetime. They came out with. And Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Grits,
Yay.
I'm gonna echo that. I hope to God that Brittany keeps her grubby, grifty hands off of true crime, and also that she stops even thinking or promising about doing true crime and using it as a tool to lure people in. It's just disgusting. She doesn't have any business doing anything true crime. Just rebrand her channel, and then I'll be off her back as soon as this litigation is over, and she stops saying that she's true crime.
What the croc? Thank you so fucking much. F.U. BJ. Jess, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, my friend. Yeah,
Aw.
apparently I cook meth. That's interesting. Right here is
Wait, what?
That's what Craig said last night. I cook meth. Because they Craig and Brittany just want to make sure they're both sued for defamation. I don't know if they haven't realized yet, but we're not fucking playing.
What
But-
the hell?
Over here's the judge's ruling where she denies their same exact motion, which also held
Mhm.
446 exhibits, saying that we authorized recording, broadcasting, and doxing. Now,
Right.
Superior Court was unaware that this was already, ruled
Sure.
upon with her.
Mhm.
Nonetheless, they said go ahead and submit it back to lower court and see what happens there. Anyhow, Brittany, right here. And by separate order, the court has granted defendants anti-slap motions, dismissing the complaint and thus terminating the case. We won the anti-slap. Nothing else has been stated since.
Nope. Bunch of fucking games that they've already played. That's what it was throwing me so badly the other day because when that new injunction, I'm like, this is the same exact shit that they tried with that emergency order of protection and the threats and all of that were non-existent.
Right.
And the judge ruled on that at the same time she ruled on the slap. These people are crazy. This shit's just wild to me.
I think these antics end up backfiring on them because like you just said, the first time they did this, I think it actually triggered her to to rule faster and say
I do too.
Well,
And
it says right here, alternatively, this court determines that plaintiff's March 26th, which is that filing, motion lacks merit. That motion requests emergency injunctive relief based on alleged conduct at the February 18th court hearing, which the motion suggests is a violative of Pennsylvania criminal statute rendering unlawful use of audio recording. This court has reviewed all 107 pages thereof, the 505 paragraphs, and the accompanying 446 exhibits, and finds that not one page, paragraph, or exhibit allows this court to conclude that any named defendant engaged in an unauthorized recording or broadcast in the February 18, 2025 court hearing before the undersigned. There is no exhibit or evidence that demonstrates that any named defendant disseminated any video or audio or any other way broadcast the actual courtroom proceedings. Plaintiffs have not pointed to the Court of Rule of Civil Procedure or case law that prohibits a party from publicly discussing a case or courtroom proceeding where there's no existing so-called gag order. What they did is they tricked the Superior Court, who was unaware of all of this because they didn't put it on the reproduced record, and asked the Superior Court to grant a law already in place. And the Superior Court shockingly said, yes, you cannot record. It does not define that we did record. Matter of fact, Judge Eckel here, who received over how many pages, how many exhibits, says not one bit of it is proof that we recorded that hearing.
yep.
She's not going to like the fucking games that are being played.
Oh, I love that for them. And their side should be a little concerned. She should probably have told her buddies to take down their recordings that they're passing around and replaying and stuff, because that's the people, redoing. Nick's posting pictures, all that stuff that they're trying to pass off as things it's not actually, but they're saying it is. Like, that's them. They're
Well,
the ones
now it's a
doing it.
violation. Anybody who
Yep.
posts it from yesterday's judgment to today and forward is in violation.
Well, and I think from what I've heard her say, she thinks that this is going to stop people like myself or
From
others from
talking.
covering this. Bitch, come on. First of all, I'm not a doe. A deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. I'm not a doe. So,
No.
and I'm never going to reach out and ask them to name me a doe. I'm not a doe. This doesn't apply. Let it fly. I can cover whatever the fuck I want to. And it's publicly available.
Right. It's a public docket. It's a public hearing. It's publicly available. You can't take away our constitutional right. For fuck's sake.
Sure can't.
They sure keep trying, though. What a day. She's still a loser. That's right, caffeinated. Thank
What
you.
a day.
I'll
She's
give
a-
this to you, Brittany. I'll give this to you, Brittany. You did win something. You won a higher legal cost at the end.
Exactly. Oh, good
It's
job.
that high IQ.
Congratulations.
We just don't understand. They're too high IQ for us.
I know. I just,
Yeah.
man, so high Q that she believes that I'm not allowed to talk about it, but she could. If what she was saying was real and truthful, she would be the first in violation.
I know. It's so fucking amazing.
Regina, thank you. No evidence because nobody recorded. They are liars. Exactly.
What a day. I'm
Gee.
a loser.
Comprehension is the issue.
All you had to do is pay $500 and shut up and say you're sorry and admit to things you didn't do.
Yeah. Like endangering the welfare of a missing child.
Yeah.
Why didn't I just sign up for that?
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Hey,
What's
Brittany.
wrong with
Brittany saying that slap had no merit. Can anybody tell me what the heading of this says? Order granting defendants' motions for dismissal. I'm defendant. And requiring plaintiffs, that's you, Brittany, to pay defendants attorney fees and costs under Pennsylvania anti-slap statute. You know why it says attorney fees and cost? Cost would be that $180 for the declaratory judgment, but attorney fees would be the cost of him writing all the work. There's a difference. Should we bill her?
Yes. Yes, I think
Yeah,
you should.
I think we should bill her for the legal
Oh, yeah.
information we give her every day.
Well, and I think your attorney needs to know that, well, I'm sure he already does, that he once again is being accused of harassing.
He knows, yeah. He knows.
What? How pathetic. We knew that's what she was going to do, though, as soon as.
We knew that, yeah.
He's harassing me. She's It's an embarrassment to people in true crime that she claims true crime while attorneys are doing what they're supposed to and representing their clients, sending emails that, hey, this is a problem here. We've got issues. Your client, if this is his client, is doing XYZ. We need to discuss this stuff. And she instantly, it's harassment. And she completely misrepresented
Of course she did.
everything that was in the email. She's talking about how he wants information on the CPS and law enforcement. No, he didn't. No, he did not. He said that
If that's
services
what you
might
were,
have been retained. Yeah,
he says, if that's what you were hired for, it's none of my business. What is my
Right.
business is the C&D that you sent to my client.
that's right.
Also, Brittany, you keep talking about like this client privilege and this and that. You openly told people that your moderators, or at least one of them, were on the phone call discussing your cease and desist letters with your attorney.
Multiple were. In fact, Ivy League was supposedly one of them. She's listed in the C&Ds.
Right.
And she was supposedly on these phone calls with this attorney. So how was somebody that was on the phone calls with this attorney in the beginning of July coming out months later and saying, well, we never said he was going to represent the C&Ds. He's a criminal defense attorney. Ma'am, you were on the calls with this guy. I thought, like, which part is the lie? Which one?
Right. Well, you lose privilege anyhow when you have a, person on the phone. So there is no client privilege, and you admitted to that.
They're just idiots, man, and I love it for them.
If lawyer work was actually harassment, can you imagine how little time lawyers would have to do their work? They would be in court constantly defending themselves.
Right.
I mean, this is standard operating procedures. I'm a lawyer, I contact your lawyer. If you don't have a lawyer, I contact you.
I would like an internship, though. I'll come to Pennsylvania for an internship to gain that level of petty from Martucci any day. If he wants me to come, like, clean out his file cabinets, I'll come mess with whatever, as long as he teaches me this level of legal petty, because that was some legal petty ease.
Well, and to be fair, it's not even a legal document. Like, it's not there. People are like, "Ooh, it's not professional." It's not a professional setting. It's an email to another
email.
person.
Right. It's an
It's not
email.
a docket entry. It's not it's a courtesy email to Rancher to say, "Hey, this is what your supposed client is saying," and yet you're not responding to anything if they're sending that C&D. So what's going on?
He's doing
And what's not
lawyers
professional?
do.
I didn't see anything lacking professional. He's just
Well,
given
when he
a
mocked
freaking
with the whole
Oh.
Buck Wild part, they were stuck on that, and the fancy Christmas gifts, they were stuck on that. It's a joke. It's a mockery of her.
Exactly.
worked.
And he is a professional, but he can still be aware of what is going on, and the fact that they've made a mockery. It's just one up in their mockery of their own case and their own bullshit. They're the ones doing it. People can be stuck. Is it the same people that were stuck on, this isn't a lawsuit? Probably the same people.
Actually, I think we need to give them a break. They don't really comprehend anything above goo goo gaga or saying things like "you fat fucking pig" or they don't comprehend like just normal speak.
They just get used to snoring, and
Yeah.
declaratory judgment is a type of lawsuit. It's a civil action. It's not your typical lawsuit, but it's also not typical that an attorney sends out C&Ds and does no follow-up either. Even after requesting those receiving follow-up with him, he then ignores that follow-up. So,
Yes, this isn't a declaratory judgment as is. This is a whole other part of the law called a declaratory judgment. So you're talking about a declaratory. She's still stuck on a declaratory. They must
it probably is
proceed.
declaratory, to be fair. I don't fucking know. I don't need
No,
to know how to pronounce it. I know that
It's
I got it.
declaratory.
So I'm right.
I Googled it and had to pronounce it just to be sure.
Okay. Well, we
Lynn?
all know. And she's stuck on the bitch. You can't even distinguish when to say we was or we were. Don't fucking correct anything about me. Regardless what it is, it's now a judgment against you. And you know what's pretty fucking dangerous to allow a judgment to go against you, because you don't know the value of said judgment until we present it.
It's so funny. And my Google thing could pronounce it wrong too, but that's what it said. Cause I was like, is she saying it correctly or is
I
this
change it
stupid?
all the time anyway. Declaratory. I don't know which it is. All I know if it is hashtag FUBJ. That's all I know.
Right.
And the reason, as in declaration, right, is to clarify, hey,
Yeah.
and she keeps thinking it was done as like a content move or this or that. It was done as a protection because I'm not going to allow each of you plaintiffs to think you're going to go to your collective space and try to sue me from them. So I'll do the same thing with any other C&D that goes forward. I'm not going through another battle to have a judge determine that my freedom of speech is my freedom of speech. Sorry.
I find it comedy gold, though, honestly, that she is so pressed about you having legal representation. Bitch, you did this. You started all of this, every bit of it. You are the reason why Jess got pulled into it. Sorry, without you, Jess wouldn't have been able to be pulled into it in any way, shape, or form. Nobody else was willing. Nobody else even wrote anything. And then your statements about her didn't even make it in, and they were tossed.
Nick didn't
right then
even
and
want
then.
me in it. Nick himself was personally saying, hey, Granny,
Right.
call us. You have a way out of this. Nick didn't even want me in it. Brittany did. And I was only used to give them the Jordan. Not only, you guys are, I mean, you're so right.
It's just embarrassing, though. It's fucking embarrassing. And then she's throwing a fit that you hired legal representation that handles real cases, like is a Philly lawyer.
Like actual RICO cases.
Yeah, this is,
Yeah.
and this is making a mockery out of the court and other attorneys and watching people in his backyard. These are attorneys and like people that he crosses paths with make a mockery out of our court and do this to single moms. I'm sure it's frustrating for attorneys to watch our legal system be used in this way too.
He did
But
like me, Missy Lou.
She's so
No,
pressed.
right. That's what I mean. Like she wants to talk about was unprofessional. None of which we're dealing with is professional.
Right. The only one that has been professional are your guys' attorneys.
Right.
Professional, like, okay, this is bullshit from jump and let's get this over with so our clients can move on with their lives. This is bullshit. I can't imagine the level of frustration they feel.
Can somebody break it down to Brittany that rather you sign for the declaratory, call it what you want, rather you responded to that or not, okay? Doesn't matter. You gave Pennsylvania jurisdiction when you signed your name into a filing in my local courthouse. I did not need jurisdiction over you. There was no trick here. The trick was I stopped your plan in motion. Your plan was to send that C&D, us not abide by it. Your attorney then take that and take whatever videos you manipulate together, send off to Team YouTube to have our channels removed, and I was 4 steps ahead of you. That's the issue.
Sure was. I remember that call when that shit was going down and the declaratory judgment was something we were questioning. Is that something that could be done? Is it something like she did this? She doesn't understand. You were in current litigation with her. She sends a C&D. Oh, anyways, it's so fucking, I can't even imagine how frustrated you feel, Jess. But her day. 2026. Happy New Year, bitch. You're burning it down. Did you guys go?
No, I'm here. I'm reading Blue, and I'm wondering why don't you pull up the docket and read it then? I mean, opining means nothing to you. You want to read the brief? Go read it. I read it before. Go fucking watch that video.
Can they not understand? Like we have all read through it. Maybe take that energy and go ask their buddy over there. Has she read the filing, the original filing to begin with? Has she ever read that? Because the only thing that she has publicly acknowledged is her declaration, which was the most ridiculous production and emotional manipulation, but her thunder kind of got stolen by reality in the midst of it. But that is the only thing she has been even remotely interested in sharing with her audience. She's never read the filing. She has never walked it through because she knows it's a crock of shit.
Right. And then she gets all giddy, reads this, doesn't even comprehend what she's reading, looks like an idiot doing so because she's all excited, reading this ruling while saying that Granny can't speak on it. It says all parties, and then nowhere in there does it say I can't speak about the fucking RICO. Nowhere. You didn't even know what you were reading, you buffoon. Or
Such
something.
an embarrassment.
She hasn't even read the fucking ruling, clearly. She doesn't know that their entire butts were pulled apart by that ruling.
No.
That is
And not only the judges ruling, but even if we go back to what the courts just ruled on, they denied the most crucial thing, which was them trying to once again stifle our free speech. The court said no. Denied.
The whole recording ruse was just a thing, a device that they used to try to get their ultimate goal, which was to silence your freedom of speech. And they
scare
didn't,
tactics.
and they're not going to get that.
Everything's such a performance too. It's always such a lead up of these huge, and then the green team comes out with all these epic performances, and it's always bullshit every freaking time. But the thing about it is that's not bullshit is every time they
BJ, so just so you're aware, when you openly on your social media live stream readily discuss having one or more of your moderators take part in your legal call with you discussing the cease and desist letters that your alleged attorney Rancher prepared and served, at that point, that result, you should advise of the legal consequence that result when third parties are present when discussing legal matters. For those unaware, the presence of a third party destroys privilege. Consequently, should your attorney try to hide behind that privilege, the aforementioned live stream where Ms. Jackson discusses third-party involvement in this legal matter will be used to pierce any claim of privilege. We can subpoena those moderators and compel their testimony under oath as well. Ms. Jackson on live stream, one of her social media accounts made the claim that you were paid your fee of $8,000 in full from the funds she raised. Several days thereafter, however, she received an additional $1,500 for payment. Of course, you may have never received these additional monies. That said, when questioned about these additional monies, Ms. Jackson retorted, "What am I to do? Ask Rancher for the money back?" It appears to show you received those other funds as well, so your total would be $9,500. We find this highly circumspect for C&D letters. As of writing, you have not responded to my earlier communication, despite Ms. Jackson asserting yesterday that you did respond. He's keeping up with Rancher there. Are you? I don't think so. Well, it is important that he knows because she's out here lying on this man. And she's lying when she's saying that, oh, well, he responded. He got him good in his response. He didn't fucking respond. I don't believe he sent you the email. I believe what she was reading came directly from what she heard from one of us. I want to see her post proof that Rancher even emailed you that email. I don't believe it. I just don't. And you think that all of this is for no reason. You think this is just straight up harassment. I have, hate to be the one to break it to you, but there is every bit of a reason for what the fuck he is doing. He ain't wasting his time on nothing. I'll tell you that. No, Rancher has not replied. You get an automated response that says he's on vacation. So keep talking, Brittany. The more you talk, you really are the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
You don't even understand the litigation you initiated twice. You think you know what you're doing now. If you were smart, if you were fucking smart, you would know when to shut up. But you're so dumb that you think the Superior Court's going to demand us all be quiet because you read it. And yet you're allowed to speak. No, she said that Rancher yeah, she said Rancher responded to my lawyer and got him good, which is bullshit. No, he didn't. And then followed up with he's on vacation. She said, you think you had a power move. I do. Everything I'm doing is with purpose. Brittany's playing fucking checkers. I'm playing chess.
She's playing fucking Go Fish.
My attorney has not contacted Brittany in any format. Brittany tried contacting my attorney, and he had to write back to Brittany and her 2 alleged attorneys to remind them that she is not to contact him.
That's true. He was on vacation during the Clue and Cletus ROs as well.
Yeah, he does a lot of vacationing. Exactly, Trigger Milk. Brittany's too dense to comprehend that. Like, she thinks that this is just like a bored guy trying to give me content. You're stupid.
Did you
Thank you,
did you know that last night, Little Miss Idiotic Bitch started to sing Clue's membership song that she sings?
But she doesn't watch.
She doesn't watch, but she started the welcome to the.
She started to sing it.
No.
I'm not even. Listen, I'm going to play it for you. Sure as fuck did.
Wow.
Listen here. I know, embarrassing, but I love it. I love it for her. Here you go.
Welcome.
Becoming a member. Welcome to the green team. I had to look a minute and see.
Oh, that's embarrassing, bitch.
That's
And she says
exact-
everybody else parrots her and tries to be like her.
Oh, I love it.
That's
So
when
good.
you know that she's heard that thing over and over. It's like locked into her head, and like it was the first thing that came out. That's fucking hilarious.
I've done that myself because I watch you guys, and sometimes you hear it, and I've been like, oh my God, that's Clue. Shut up. What am I doing? Like, you'll get that. But
That's
the
too
fact that
much.
she says she doesn't ever watch and doesn't know, I don't ever watch these people or pay attention. Bullshit. And sorry for the Hank interruption earlier. The pool guy was here and Hank was trying to eat him. So,
Well, that's also when you know she actually really likes. She really likes that content. She wishes she could did it herself.
Right. Welcome
she's-
to the you're pathetic, Brittany. You're pathetic.
welcome to the Clue crew. That's Clues. And she goes, welcome to the green team.
Team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Truth and Karma. She did that with all of us. After saying she doesn't watch us and all, she showed her history and she watched every one of our live streams and was subscribed to us. Matter of fact, I had to block Brittany because she kept a membership to my channel. And for somebody who's so harassed, and then lied and said, I talk about her kids behind a paywall. I didn't even do member lives. She's a liar. Also, for Brittany, keeps saying that it has nothing to do with the RICO. But look, if you received the letter, you would have known the first thing he starts off with is the declaratory judgment case number and says, as you are aware, I represent her because of the drivel of a C&D that came from your office. The only time the RICO was mentioned is down the bottom to let your attorney know that you did also file in a fucking RICO suit. And as soon as that's done, you will undergo a shift-in examination of your finances. So,
Blue, everything you can go. I don't know why Blue needs everybody to link for them. You can go to the Pennsylvania courts, Delaware County, and look up the docket and go through every one of the documents on your own.
or they can go look for the stream where I write it out. I'm sure it's titled. Go look for it. I told you
Yeah.
what their appeal is. Their appeal is the judge didn't even look at our gag order. The judge ruled on anti-SLAPP, but there wasn't a committee that promulgated the rules, blah, blah, blah. Like that is what they... And even if the courts agree, okay, this is too soon, we don't have rules set for a SLAPP, whatever. Let's say some miraculous way they say that instead of this being the first, then we just go back, we go off preliminary objections, and they still lose. They don't have a case either way.
Yeah.
There's like no chance of losing.
They don't have a case on the things that they say they have a case for. They don't have any case through any angle.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And the judge said as much. I looked at it through this angle and that angle. And, you know, I noticed that you're saying they called this man the P word, but that wasn't under, you know, defamation, was under, which was really fucking weird. I mean, if I, you know, really call somebody the P word and they're not, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they put it where they did, but she said that. She said, I looked at it from every angle, and no matter which angle I try to look at it at, you know, I painfully sat through and read this through every angle, and I still can't see what the fuck you're trying to do.
Yep.
Or like I said, Blue, go look for the video I did on it. I don't know.
It's like
Come back another day when that's what I am discussing. Today is not. Sorry.
it's like they got so mad trying to figure out what the real law was and the real angle was that they were like, fuck, I'm going to try to figure this out for them, but I can't.
Right. Oh, and I like this comment too, because Brittany made a comment, right? She thinks that my subscribers paid for my entire litigations, all three of them. She thinks they covered all three of them, right? Oh, look, Sweets, I didn't see an email from you. Anyhow, Brittany, it was you and your man the other day that said your kids deserve Christmas from your audience because of what they've been through. Well, somebody who donates me just said I deserve it because of what I've been through. You really think that the money I raised covered the entirety of litigation and seriously 2 lawsuits? Because I don't even count yours. That you're a fucking chump. Right. It's proof she has no idea the cost of attorneys. It's absolute proof of it.
No clue whatsoever. And I'm sure her attorney, the supposed attorney, would love to know that she told her audience that she gave him an additional $1,500 to represent her in this Pennsylvania. And what was she supposed to do? Just ask Rancher for a refund of her money?
That's why Martucci put that in his email to him.
Yep. I'm sure Rancher would love to hear those clips of the things. It's not just things that Martucci is putting in emails. BJ, your words exist of saying these things. You could get this supposed attorney, let's say he's not, like she could cause ethics issues for him, in my opinion, if people started, I mean, what a bad representation of his representation with what she's saying.
Right. He's basically saying this woman's out here saying all this wild, crazy stuff, claiming she gave you $8,000 and all you did was C&Ds. Is this true? And why is that harassment, Brittany? Are you scared of what the answer may be?
I question if the email wasn't a forwarded email from him to her saying, hey,
what the fuck is this?
This is what I got. You might want to deal with it.
Right.
Or seek legal counsel and have them address this.
Right. Like, why is this landing at my doorstep?
Because she kept saying, well, now, how many times are you guys going to say I don't have an attorney? There's nothing that says he represents you in anything. Quite the opposite, actually. So you might have an attorney that you know the name of, that you've had a couple conversations with, but beyond that, he hasn't done shit, and he's always on vacation. This man chronically lives on vacation when he's supposed to be responding to emails. I mean, I don't blame him. I'd be on permanent vacation when it came to that client.
Right. And my attorney was not trying to find out about CPS or anything, because let me remind you all of what it actually said. Perhaps your services were retained for other matters, such as handling Miss Jackson's child protective services issues or other issues that have warranted police intervention at her cohabitant's home, or for other unknown issues. The former issues, we note, Miss Jackson readily discusses on her social media forums. Irrespective, we find it highly unlikely for an attorney handling contingent fee civil litigation to handle a C&D for such an excessive fee. The claim fee seems to be more fitting of a flat fee in a criminal case. That, of course, is not our business, but your representation itself would, of course, eventually become public record and not subject to privilege. Basically, if that is the case, if you were represented for any of those other reasons, it's not our business. What is solely, were you retained to send my client the C&D? That's it. That's all he's asking. And she can't comprehend that. Again, it's because she's afraid of comprehending that.
I agree. Mr. Bernadette, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, but says BJ thinks she's the smartest in the room. Well, technically she is when she hangs out in a room with roaches, bats, rats, and
Craig.
who knows? I mean, she's in a secluded room all by herself. And then the few times that somebody enters the room, we got a negative IQ, even though he's so high IQ. So yeah, she is the smartest in her little shut-in room.
Here, I never seen this. Let's check this out. Since Brittany claims I was never on the news.
Oh, that's right. She did just recently say that this was not true.
Never on the news. This is just one of several articles. This one I've never read, though. I'm just reading it now. So, television personality Dog the Bounty Hunter has appealed what is thought to be the first successful use of a free speech defense offered by a new Pennsylvania law. Dog, real name Dwayne Chapman, and several others on May 12 filed their notice of appeal to the state Superior Court after Delaware County Judge Kelly Eckel in April protected two true crime YouTubers from their lawsuit. The anti-SLAPP law was passed in Pennsylvania in 2024. SLAPP stands for strategic lawsuits against public participation, and the law offers defendants making free speech arguments an early way to fight claims like defamation. Dog and others sued Barbecue's full name, Granny's full name in October with an 83-page complaint making racketeering and cyberbullying claims. The two defendants, who live in Pennsylvania, host true crime podcasts on YouTube and moderate online discussions. The complaint can be viewed here. One of their subjects is the disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, who was 15 years old when he went missing in February in Hendersonville. His father, Seth, is one of the plaintiffs and claims content creators have a goal of destroying the lives of anyone who dares to search for answers or help locate the missing teen who still hasn't been found. You're telling me that right there can't incite somebody to fucking hurt me?
Hell yeah, it can.
But calling Brittany a fat, wasteful piece of shit endangers her life and her children's? Fuck you.
Yeah. Bullshit.
And practically every night she says that you all want her dead.
Yeah. Actually, I did read this one before because it says Barbecue is accused of interfering with the investigation and using GoFundMe campaigns to deceive the public. Granny uses social media to twist Seth Rogers' words during interviews to make him seem insincere. The suit says there are plenty of other accusations, like the two have labeled Seth Rogers a pedo in the lengthy complaint. Judge Eckel rejected all of them when she granted the anti-SLAPP motion filed by Trude, who goes by Barbecue. So I didn't mean to say her name. And has started fundraising for legal fees and my last name. When considering whether a lawsuit was brought with the intention of silence and protected speech, Eckel looked at one key text exchange between the parties. Plaintiff Tony Mathis, spokesman for Seth Rogers, texted Barbecue, "I'm going to file a civil suit against you and make you pay to defend it. Don't even care if I win." The court concludes that the defendant's YouTube broadcasts fall well within the freedom of speech protection afforded by the First Amendment. Moreover, defendant's speech on a YouTube broadcast can be fairly considered as relating to a matter of concern to the community, the search of a missing child, and are subjects of legitimate news interests. The plaintiff's response to the anti-SLAPP motion was anemic, she added. Surprisingly, given the length and breadth of the complaints, wild allegation, and its 47 supposed counts, the response to the anti-SLAPP motion contained no reference whatsoever to any of those allegations and no analysis of how those allegations establish any prima facie whatever case. So whatever. I did read this one before. Without a doubt, the actions of plaintiffs are outrageous and brought with evil and malicious motive, says my motion.
All I know is 2026 is going to be the year of reckoning.
Oh, look right here. And the behemoth complaint was so cumbersome that it prevented the defendants from knowing exactly what was being alleged, Eckel wrote, and it referenced more than 50 exhibits that weren't even attached when it was filed. The repeated references to criminal conduct, criminal liability, and the alleged involvement of the former Attorney General of the Commonwealth, Bruce Castor, suggests that it was the intent of at least some of the Scriveners to scare the defendants into believing that there could be or might be criminal charges filed against them. Now imagine when I take where Nick says, usually by the third time we're in court, the other party is arrested, where Nick said that he was deputized and he will arrest first and ask questions later. Imagine when the judge sees all of that. Yeah, it is definitely their intent to make us believe that I text nonsense the other day. I said, I think this motherfucker is going to frame me.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I'm literally afraid that Nick and Hung are going to frame me.
and that's a valid concern though, because they have done that. Nick has done things like that to neighbors in the past. And these people, that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize is these are local individuals to you that are tangible, like in your area that you run into and see in public. They are, yeah, people don't realize the actual shit that these guys do. Well, some do, some don't, but
He
they're-
most certainly would frame you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I said to Jess, one thing she needs to have, I'm so sick of hearing about cameras, but that's something that she needs is cameras around her property, no matter what, because I do not trust these motherfuckers.
Stevie, I don't think the article puts me at risk. I think Seth Rogers saying things like I am preventing them from searching or finding a missing child, that puts me at risk. Not that article. That article literally mocks their filing.
It reported both sides and showed that the filing was damning against them.
Right. And how ridiculous it was. Can we all get the creators to ban BJ starting tonight at midnight? She'll lose her shit. We all just, forget her. I agree. She would lose her shit, but it's impossible because she's just a gift that gives.
Well, and I'm in agreement that certain times or certain things aren't worth mentioning, but when she is pushing off misinformation in legal filings and trying to be giddy about it, now she's going to get the pushback that she deserves. Hate to say it, but it's important for going forward because this is being done to justice real. Oh, sorry.
I have no control over what my attorney does. I didn't know that he emailed Rancher until he told me he emailed Rancher. I have no I can't control my attorney. Like I don't tell a grown adult what to do. That has nothing to do with me, Brittany, any more than it has anything to do with you, except for you started all of this.
He's doing lawyering.
Right. That's what lawyers do. And you're so stupid. You fucking walk into it every time.
I apologize for the noise.
These people think that lawyers only do what they see them do on YouTube.
On TV and shit.
Yeah.
Brittany wouldn't even know what a lawyer does. She has never actually retained one or spoken with one in a meaningful way. She doesn't even understand or comprehend what she's reading. She thought the judge's ruling read like a dismissal, but I don't know if it is. When it was. I mean, the girl's stupid.
Yeah. This reads like a dismissal.
Nick even suggested that the judges were receiving threats. If they were, it's because of them. Remember when Craig said, oh, aren't they asking that judge to remove herself? Like Nick, they're dangerous people. They're fucking dangerous. And I don't live hours or states away. Like, I legit am fucking concerned. You had these guys desperately trying to have me arrested. They are asking people to flood the DA's office to accuse me of committing a crime I didn't commit. And we're supposed to feel bad for Brittany because somebody restreams her? Because somebody says that she looks like she smells? You literally put me on the radar of a man who went to jail for framing a government employee and then admits that he is the king of AI.
Yep.
Like, I am tired of Brittany acting like she's the only one who's been impacted or has reason to be afraid or any of that. You do have my address all over because you filed this filing. You have the father of a missing child say, I have blood on my hands and I'm stopping him from finding his son. That is far more impactful than somebody calling you a fucking lousy mother on the internet. You took everything offline. You made it so that articles like that could be written. And she acts like it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Imagine if I had a state parolee who went to jail for fabricating evidence against a government employee. So he was ballsy enough to do that, who was ballsy enough to go buy drugs from a dealer to turn around and turn that dealer in, who was ballsy enough to call prostitutes over to his neighbor's house and then report them for prostitution. Imagine they live not even 15 minutes from Brittany and I put them on her radar. Well, but she might be in danger because she might end up on Kiwi Farm. Suck a fucking dick. Preferably Craig so we can stop hearing about it. I'm sick of this bitch acting like she's so innocent. And everything's a fucking game and everything's about content and money. If I was solely about content and money, I'd be live every day as pathetically as you are and repeatedly. I don't even live stream every fucking day. I don't make videos. I'm not making shorts. I'm not doing anything. I go live when I want to go live. It's not all about money and content for me. It is for you. And I'm sorry that your plan to destroy my channel backfired and you brought more attention to it, but that's the fucking stupid thing that you did. Don't be mad at me for it. I fucking hate this woman.
Consequences of her own actions.
Absolutely, it's her own actions. All of it. Oh, they want to know my finances. They're trying to make my kids not have a house. Blah, 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 blah. Go fuck yourself. You literally thought and continue to think that I'm going to go to jail. You filed a filing on Christmas Eve that you knew what was coming because your little reject buddy, Brenda Sue, ran around telling everybody you knew it was coming. She plays this naive stupidity to her audience because they fall for it. What you need to do is find yourself at a fucking church this Sunday because you're a demon. You're everything you profess not to be. You're evil. I make jokes that the sounds coming out of her sound like a demon trying to escape, but I mean it full-heartedly. That bitch is evil. She is fucking, I never witnessed somebody be so fucking evil, but present themselves as so unknowing and innocent and just, everybody's picking on me. No, you did all of this. And she will never acknowledge that. She will never acknowledge that. You know why? Because in order for Brittany to acknowledge that, she has to acknowledge that this big bad wolf narrative she written about me in her book was false. It was false. She was the wolf the entire time. The closest we have gotten to in the middle is her saying none of this real life stuff has happened to her until Clue came around. And I mean this with no disrespect to Clue, but I said the same fucking thing about a month earlier when I said you finally found somebody that doesn't give a fuck about YouTube politics and will match your fucking game. And now you can't handle it. You can't fucking handle it.
And she even tried her dirty shit with Clue. Everything from the start. Poke, poke, poke. She poked until she got that reaction. She wanted.
She craves it, but this is the problem, nonsense. She's always poked, right? And the most you might get is I call her a fat bitch. I might say, you know what? You're a horrible fucking mother. That's the most of it, right? This time she didn't recognize your poke is somebody that doesn't give a fuck, bitch. And then when they show you they don't give a fuck, you want to cry to the internet about this person not giving a fuck, but you don't stop your poking.
Right. Well, God, you remember when I first started reviewing her and she kept blaming you for everything I did? And I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't understand. Instantly, when I tried to have a conversation, the first thing she threw at me was, this type of shit incites CPS. You don't care about my mental health. All I was doing at that point was reviewing her true crime coverage of what she was doing and how much misinformation she was pushing off. That's it. That's all. And you got the blame for every bit of that.
That's what she's always done. Since 2021, Brittany has said, people are inciting CPS against me. People are in danger in my lives. They doxed my husband. He's not your fucking husband. They doxed my father-in-law. They did this. They did that. Yet she hadn't even been doxed until she filed this fucking litigation. On God, show proof that you were ever doxed prior to this litigation. You can't. And as far as CPS goes, you asked for it. She asked for it. I'm sorry. The bitch asked for it.
She did. I agree with that because she was being threatened a year previous with emails. And then somebody else told her to get her house right and tight because CPS might be coming because they were involving other people in bullshit and doing shit. So she was reached out to and told to get her house right and tight before CPS showed up. And she was almost giddy about it. Not only that, the first call, supposedly April 30th, 2025, and has one change been made? Nope. The only thing that she has done has changed it up so we hear more of the horrific behavior in the background. We know more about what's concerning in that household. She is, in my opinion, nowhere close to true crime. She's a family vlogger trying to follow in Ruby Frankie's footsteps. That's my opinion.
I actually agree with you. I think that she falls on true crime because it's an easy cop out of the topic. If there's a trending case, she will never pull up a little local case or anything like that. It has to be a trending case. Hell, Summer Walls didn't bring her enough money. Sebastian Rogers' case was bumping. These are her own words. And when there's not, she falls back to drama. But the bitch even sucks at that the only angle she can take from that is a victimhood angle. And
Yeah.
that is what she has sought her entire time on YouTube, a victimhood angle. And for a while it worked. I have me in voicemail. I'm going to find it. I'm going to play it. CB owners, thank you. Just wanted to send something to let you know you're stronger than you think and much braver than the others. Stand tall and let your light shine bright. Thank you. I'm going to pull this up for you all to hear right now. It's going to be absolute proof without a doubt that even 2 fucking years ago, I'm saying I don't even talk about this bitch. She just won't leave me alone.
And while you're looking for that, just imagine this, you guys. This supposedly Christ-loving woman on the eve of Christ's birthday, one of the most holy days in Christendom, is giddy as all fuck, right? But why? Is it because it's almost Christ's birthday? No, not that. Because she thinks she's getting one over on Granny. That's what she was giddy about. That's fucking evil. That's fucking...
The obsession and the hatred that she has, because there's an obsessive part. Like, Granny is physically everything she wants to be. It's gross. But then the hatred side of it, blaming Granny for everything. I think she's probably had somebody like this in her life for the majority of it to blame for her things. And Granny, unfortunately, has been her person for her own destruction of her life to blame for the last 4 fucking years. And it's just not going to work. Her obsession with Granny is very disturbing. And while she tells all of us that we need to get psychiatric help, bitch, you need to take your own advice and invest in something, because none of us can stop the spiraling that you're doing, and you are spiraling out of control. And your other half doesn't even give a fuck enough to care about you or any of the situation. He's just finding ways to grift off it too.
Right. You got his little gadgets out of it. So here's May 9th, 2024. I write to my mod, Megan. Someone fucking called Jace's school asking them to check for bruises. Megan sends me back a voicemail.
This is after yesterday. I'm fucking...
And that she's going to say, this is after yesterday, Brittany. I said, I'm fucking shaking. I'm so fucking mad. What happened yesterday? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? The fucking nurse? I need to download her live, Megan says. I said, oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Fuck her. Fucking fuck her. I've never fucking fucked with her real life ever. She fucking did this. This is on her. Now, this is my voicemail. Again, what's the date? May 9th, okay? I've said the same thing for fucking... This voicemail is a little embarrassing. I was emotional. I just got a call from my kid's school, so forgive me, but...
Brittany, for 3 fucking years, never touched her real life. I don't even talk about the fucking bitch. This is because of that. This is because of the constant hate they are doing.
First thing I said is, 3 years I fought with Brittany. I never touched her fucking real life. This is because of them. I don't even talk about the bitch. No one we've ever fucking argued with has ever had their real life fucking impacted ever. She's a fucking lying cunt. This is the thing she keeps referencing, because strip down, strip down, strip down. Go fuck yourself. I don't have Megan's permission to play her part of the phone call. My point being that Brittany for years now has made me out to be this person that has done all this real life to her and just this horrible person, when really it was her that kept agitating me. She'd do a whole stream on me. I'd ignore. I'd finally respond. She'd hide her streams, go back to her true crime, and say, I don't know why Granny won't leave me alone. It was the most sneaky, conniving fucking thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I'm thankful that we are now in 2025, entering 2026, and people fucking see her for who she is. But it will never satisfy the years of her literally painting me as something I'm not, and tormenting, going. Because she had no true crime case to fucking milk. That's why. And it was always fall back on Granny.
Yep.
And because I know she's listening to this as she watches everything you do like a hawk, BJ, I just want to let you know personally, you mentioned the other night you wanted to move to another community, but you know that people are going to follow you. No, what's going to follow you is your pattern of behavior. And you are damn fucking correct that people like myself and others we'll make sure that anywhere you go, that people are warned about what you do, because it's not to be taken lightly that
No.
someone who claims true crime coverage and claims that they are helping the victims filed false allegations in a court of law against another creator that you have been obsessed with for years. You are, in my opinion, dangerous. And
Using the name of
absolutely,
a missing child. Using the name of a
yes,
missing child. Yeah.
yep,
Well,
that
not
will
only that, but she
follow
was
you.
right. And Hellfire, thank you so much. Tia, Happy New Year. I also want to point out while Brittany says about people following, Brittany, you opened up the door for all the slime balls from the old community we were in to come over here to follow me. Like you are what like you host that position for those people. Are you fucking kidding me? She's I can't. And what community do you think would ever accept you? Go over to Girl World. That's where you fit in, you fucking heifer.
There's another thing that makes their whole exercise about the court proceeding audio really, really, really stupid. Okay. And proves that they probably fabricated something up, because if they really had that audio, why didn't they submit that the first go around when
Right.
they tried to get the first judge to get you hung up on charges of, violating court proceedings or whatever? It didn't work that time. The judge ruled on it. If you had that evidence at that time, why didn't you submit it then? No, you just fabricate it for now, right? To try again, and then for you to get a ruling that basically says, congratulations, the Pennsylvania law is upheld. Good job.
Right. The judge even acknowledged in this they had accompanying 446 exhibits, and yet not one page, not one paragraph, not one exhibit allows the court to conclude that either myself or Barbecue engaged in an unauthorized recording or broadcasting of the February hearing.
Yep.
Could we possibly do an exercise in our pettiness to end out 2025, Jess? Would that be something that we could do?
Yeah, like what?
Like the chat could help us, and every one of us could talk about what we are thankful for ending out 2025. For me, I'll go first. I'm thankful for the fact that I'm a sanctimonious cunt, according to the internet, that will never be BJ, because I have standards of the people I am around. And in 2025, I'm also very thankful that your shenanigans brought me amazing people in my life, such as Jess, Lynn, and many others that I didn't even know existed before your debauchery. I'm sure there's many things that you're thankful for too, right, Jess? Right,
Absolutely.
Lynn?
I want to know, did Brittany start using sanctimonious before or after I did? Let's start
I
with
don't
that
even
for
think
starters.
I don't think she said it herself. Her people call me that, and her little buddies
That makes sense
try to
because
defend her.
Yeah, her little buddies like to watch. So, hey,
Yeah.
little buddies, little
Hi,
flying fucking
buddies.
monkeys.
And I will always be that. Sorry for the use of the C word, but that's what they termed me. So you heard it on the internet. It must be true. It kind of is, though.
She's such an idiot. She literally makes me sick. Sick. Absolute sick.
I'm sure people are thankful that they don't have roach covered cabinets. I mean,
There's a million things to be thankful for, and all of them go back to I will never be like Brittany. I will never be like Brittany. I will never be as insecure as Brittany. I will never be as uncertain in who I am that I seek validation via the internet and a hug box. I will never, ever be a mother who walks away from my children for any reason, but especially a fucking man that says he wants to fuck cats. I will never live in a house that is infested with roaches or fucking mildew or mold or anything in between. I will never, ever, ever allow myself to gain 300 pounds and then call somebody else fat. I will never, ever sit with a man that uses my mic to hit on other women or tell the internet what he's searching in other women. I will never, ever live in an environment where I have to drop my kids off on Christmas Eve because I'm not fucking welcomed in. I will never live in a world where my own family has to knock on my door and be told they're not allowed in. I would never live in a world where my family has to be called because people on the internet recognize my deteriorating health in a bedroom away when my own fucking people that live with me didn't even care to call for me. I will never have to come on the internet and lie about being swatted. I will never come on the internet and not be able to finish a fucking thought because I'm out of breath because I'm so out of weight. I will never be on the internet snoring like a fucking hog and then blame it on my own children because I'm such a piece of shit. I don't just gaslight my audience, I gaslight my kids. I will never ever be somebody that judge somebody for having 5 CPS calls when you yourself have had 4. I will never be so desperate that I would have to take back a woman who literally handed me punitive damages on a golden platter because you're desperate for an extra chatter in the chat box, and a person has a weird balloon fetish at that. I mean, I would just never be anything like Brittany, and that's what kills her at the end of the day. I am a genuinely decent person that is a contributing member of society that people like, that people associate with, that can leave my house and converse with anybody, and you don't have these things about you, and you hate it. She hates it. She hates that I'm me and she's her. And Craig does too. Don't you, Craig?
And that is exactly why I said that, because I knew you would remember all the things that you have that she is not. And will never be.
There's so many more too. How long do we have? Because I could go on and on.
Another thing though, we will never have to use religious manipulation.
Nope.
To try to manipulate people. That's another thing.
I would
gross.
also. Sorry, I would also never sign an NDA to a fucking recognized government rat. I would never ever sit there and sign on with a bunch of fraudsters that you knew were fraudsters. You called them for what they were, and then turn around and act shocked that they frauded you. You will be left handling this bill, and you know it, and we know it. And you can try for, bankruptcy. You can try for whatever you want, and you can think, well, all the assets are in Craig's name, so I'm safe. But you're not. You're not, because your man don't know when to shut the fuck up, and you don't know when to hit the mute. You're not safe. I will never. I'm so thankful at the end of the day that I will never, ever be Brittany Nicole, not Black Jackson. He will never marry you because in his mind, you don't even deserve to inherit the house that you took over. You don't even deserve, probably because you haven't kept up with it, but you don't even deserve it. And that's sad. And there's times where I literally pity her. I do. I pity her because I couldn't imagine being so fucking ugly, being obese on top of it, being so boring that you can't even keep yourself awake. I can never imagine knowing that I abandoned and then come on the internet and say, well, I didn't lose custody. Okay, then you didn't fight. That's even worse. I'd never be a woman that stays with a man who openly tells the world how much he doesn't like me and how unattractive he finds me. I feel bad for her sometimes.
Well, I, for one, am extremely grateful for the constant flow of validation I get by not being liked or approved by these people. Like it's incredibly self-esteem boosting to not have their approval or validation.
The day I seek their approval of validation, just hang it up because nope.
Yeah. No, in fact, it's an ego boost to me that it's not that I don't have their approval.
Yes, Lynn, that's a great one.
I don't feel sorry for her in the aspect of like, oh, this poor overgrown fucking heifer of a bitch. I don't feel sorry for her in that aspect. Like, I'm not like, oh, poor Brittany, like her little followers are. Which, by the way, Brittany, how does it feel to know that the people that support you out of pity? You see what it was written in this chat today, Granny, you're strong. For you, Brittany, it's like, oh, you weak little, spineless little fucking flubbering pile of shit. You poor little fucking thing that lives in a house where your own man treats you like shit. People only support you out of that pity. And that's why you keep that image going, isn't it? Sad. Angela, thank you for being a member for 45 months. Insane.
Can I mention one more thing? I'm thankful I'm not so thin-skinned that I get so bothered by creators and words on the internet that I block them and then flip-flop back and forth like majority of her subs do. That is another thing. She blocks, oh my God, it drives me fucking nuts. They flip-flop back and forth and then they go running back over there. I am so thankful we don't have to experience that world.
No, she's desperate for any chatter in the chat box. That's what it is. She'll take anybody.
Unblock.
Well, when you have an audience of 500 plus watching, but the chat's moving like 1 second at a time to the point where you got to read the same super chat 4 times. I mean, it's sad. You know what I mean? So she'll take anybody that makes the chat box look a little fuller, even if it's a fool who literally did all the shit she cries about.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's pathetic.
She's so desperate for anybody to come back to her. She'll unblock these people. Fuck, stay gone. Like, goodbye.
needs
Like,
them.
she's so reliant on those few people that she'll put up with their flip flopping weird shit, and then they're unblocked and in there kissing her ass again. It's the weirdest freaking thing.
It's sad. Sarah
it is sad.
Saraswati, thank you.
But it goes to show that she doesn't have real relationships outside of this space. This is solely what she has.
I mean, this woman spent her eve of Christmas Eve, this Christian, happy woman with 5 children, giddy over my fucking text messages that weren't even juicy. Probably juicier than that cube meat you threw at the fucking rice, you pitiful bitch. But still, nonetheless, like, her excitement literally is, what did Granny say? What did Clue say? What did Nonsense say? What did Queen say? So that she can have some type of content for the day. She can't even do it in a clapback style. She's not entertaining at all. Her insults are that of a 5-year-old, a 5th grader. I don't understand the appeal. There isn't an appeal. All of her support is based off of people disliking somebody more than her. Most of them, deep down inside, don't like her either, and they know it. They know it. It's sad. That's what I mean. She's just sad. You're deteriorating before everybody's eyes. And guess what? That doesn't impact me at all. It's only ever going to impact you and your own children. And the fact that you are so pathetic for a few dollars and validation on the internet that you continue to put your kids in what you call a toxic environment. Ew, you're gross.
One more thing. This has been started from 2024, though, that carried on into 2025. But I can gratefully say that I've never tried to justify a 12-year-old hanging out with a 22-year-old to use their missing child for a personal vendetta. I am incredibly grateful that I will never be scum that tries to normalize that type of behavior and then use their child in a filing. Yeah.
I'm grateful
Good on that. What'd you say, Lynn?
I'm sorry. I just said I'm grateful for you too.
Yeah. Never a day will I ever try to find justification for that. Ugh.
Lori, I'm thankful to be one of GW horrible mods. 47 months. 47 months. Yes, we're so horrible over here. She so badly wants to sit at the table. It's so sad. I'm grateful we're on the right side of history. Yeah, I wonder where Justin is now with the right side of history.
Yeah.
You know what else I'm grateful for? I am so grateful that I have the opportunity, that I have my child asking me to take him and his friend to the mall to spend our holiday funds. And I'm not going to say, hold on for the next 2 hours while I talk about your pitiful ass. Could you do the same, Brittany?
No.
I mean, the one day
No.
she promised the kid all day she'd take him shopping. Finally, Craig had to intercept and say, you promised him, Brittany. After he kept coming in and saying, Mom. She wanted to spend her time online. She wanted to make sure she got those few extra ad revenues instead of spending meaningful time with her children. Sad.
Aries, I'm proud that Brittany is disappointed in you, that you've become a big disappointment.
Yeah, Aries.
Hell yeah. Being a disappointment to that group of people or to anybody is like, I'm doing something right. That's,
What's most amazing about it is at the end of the day, the disappointment, no matter how much they project it onto others, will always lie within themselves. You don't have to create a world where you're a Christian married woman, mother of 2, that's so far off from your reality if you weren't so disappointed in yourself. You don't have to pretend to be a private intelligence group when you're just a reject that doesn't even know how to work a microphone if you were confident in yourself. You know what I mean? Like, these people sit over there and they say things like, felons and these criminals and these drug addicts. I don't have to hide the fact that I am a felon who was a drug addict because I'm not ashamed of who I am today. You people, Brittany, you sit over there and you say things like rehab drugs. That's how much you've gone through recovery. You call maintenance, rehab drugs. You guys just lie about your identities because you hate yourselves. It's transparent to anybody with a fucking brain. Like Cowbell's here, who's been a member for 39 months.
You know what I'm really grateful for? I'm grateful that I don't projectile vomit my entire personal life all over the internet, and then wake up the next day and get mad for what people say about it.
Right, cry stalked after you gave all the information.
Yeah.
Well, I'm right, Rose. I'm thankful. I've always stood by Granny. I've never, ever flip-flopped. Yes, you have from day one. Thank you, my friend. Magic Mike, welcome back. Miss Liverbird coming out to 36 months. Another horrible GW mod. Thank you, Miss Liverbird. These people are... Amma says, I'm grateful that you have me in your lives. Yes. Did you check the money? Us too. Is it clean?
I don't know. I think it went through the wash machine. It might be in the dryer.
Okay, it's good. It's good. Okay. Yes, Amma, we love you too. And your beautiful, fluffy, soft-looking balls that I just want to juggle from. Is that too much?
Yeah, that's too much.
Okay, sorry. Yes, you too, Alma. Say seriously though, Alma. I really am. I am thankful for everybody that has landed at our place because of Brittany and her weird obsessions. And Brittany, you can say the internet's obsessed with you. I hate to tell you, there's a time when people were obsessed with Honey Boo Boo. It wasn't that they idolized and wanted to be her. It wasn't that they were envious of her. They were literally gawking at the idea that people literally live that way. Like, that's what you are. You are a TLC special. Just TLC hasn't picked you up yet. You're like My 400-Pound Life meets Honey Boo Boo meets, that's what you are.
Oh my God. You
Tell me I'm wrong.
there. No, you're not, but
They're obsessed with you like they're obsessed with My Strange Addiction.
Right. They're
Yeah.
well, yeah. Yeah, like your friend does have a strange addiction, red balloons. I'm grateful for not using my disability. Wishful thinking, amen to that. Chris says, I'm thankful I found this side of YouTube first. Same, facts, absolutely. I'm glad. Did they distinguish yet what part of the Rico am I?
the head.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm the head of the Rico.
You're the
Fucking
chosen
idiots.
one.
No, I did get that email. That was weird. Oh.
Yeah, that was weird.
Amos said, today I found several from the green team following me on TikTok account, and I don't understand why. Because they're everything they accuse us of being. Right, Stephanie, I'm telling you. Brittany, if you want a new community, go enter Girl World. You fit in. They lost Amber Lynn Reed. You can be the new her.
I think
Nicole
we
Jackson
have
fits.
confirmed, though, that our level of petty going into 2026 is right where it needs to be. We are definitely thankful for a lot, and mostly that will never be you or the people like you.
Facts. Joe Madre says, thankful I've never been a mod. I'm too feisty. 44 months. That's insane. And we had a YouTube baby. Thank you, Tiffany Beats him. Thank you. I'm glad you did as well.
I think that's one thing that you probably have noticed too over the last year and a half. The people who ride beside you have never wavered. They've been here from jump. They've gone through storms with you. And I love majority of your mods that I know which ones they are. They're amazing in their support for you, their loyalty to you, the shit that they've been through with you. It's incredible to see you guys finally get some, like, yeah, we weren't doing this shit.
Right. Finally get our names clear. We're not that Wolfie channel. We didn't do this, and this. I am serious. I am very, very blessed for the group of ladies and Gary that I have found on this platform that have been with me since day one. And that's also something Brittany will never have and can never say she had. She will never have people that have been with her since day one. There is a never ending rotating group of people. And Brittany wants to know, there's 9 other plaintiffs. There's 9 other plaintiffs. We made it fucking clear why you, for me, is the focus. You're not the focus of everybody else because of the RICO. No matter how much you try to convince yourself of that, each creator has told you why they're tired of you and why you got their attention. And not one of them said because of RICO.
Yep.
Thank you, Amma.
Never been and never will be. Never been.
Just says, I'm grateful my hair moves when it's up.
I said that the RICO is what got my attention on her because it was so outrageous that she
Right.
would sign up to using a missing child's name for her personal vendetta. And that's when I started covering her. But it's not revenge, it's outrage for that absolute exploitation and ridiculousness.
Right.
Real life going on a child's name with absolutely false claims. That's what I was pissed about.
You're the best, Wendy. Thank you. Exactly. And she can't comprehend that because in her world, she holds no accountability. She holds no, nothing is ever her fault. I mean, she will sell out anybody for it not to be her fault. It amazes me.
Like screenshots, this says the RICO got my attention, but all her bullshittery kept me. Exactly. So like I started paying attention because of the RICO, and then I got sucked in by the constant fucking bullshit, man.
Exactly.
And it's and it's always on a fucking true crime victim's name. Like she drags people in using true crime hashtags, promising true crime. True crime is nothing to her, and that pisses me off.
That's a talking point that she doesn't even stay awake for.
Yeah, like she's like blah 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 blah. Oh, okay, now let's put on true crime.
And she uses it to reel people in to open up her own supposed victimhood. I've been calling it out for fucking years. That's exactly what she does.
Exactly what she does.
Disgusting. Absolutely fucking deplorable.
Sarah says, I'm thankful that as a mod, I saw her true colors years ago before all this bullshit she's pulling now. Sarah, I have to ask you, are you shocked by it? I do have the best mods, no one, the best community, best mods. I know every channel. I like other people's mods too. Love you all. But Brandy went with the 13 months and a super chat. Thank you. Yeah, I listen. What they got through, their big win, their big celebration that they already violated is that we can't record. And I know this sucks,
post.
everybody. We cannot record and post the February 18th hearing.
Oh my God.
I don't know what I'm going to do going forward.
It changes everything.
I know. I mean, just throw away my channel.
I know. It's like I just went through and deleted all kinds of shit. I
don't even know who I am anymore.
I know.
I mean, welcome to the Melon Club. Like, who am I? Hold on.
I will say
What's
this.
up, biddies? I just got to be a bit of everybody. Come on into the island.
Speaking of identity
That was
crisis.
a fail.
Speaking of identity crisis nonsense, I find it hilarious when she tries to imitate you.
Oh God, it's so embarrassing.
It's fucking hilarious, and then she thinks that you have vocal fry. Which is, I don't know because she like plugs her nose. She then sounds nothing like. She's like,
it probably
Oh,
turns
shit,
Craig
brother.
on every time she mimics one of our voices. He's like, thank God I don't have to hear that whiny, out of breath bitch anymore.
Ooh, you want to
Seriously.
know something I'm
Probably
thankful
role plays.
for?
Be Granny tonight. Be Julie. Oh, be that Newsboys woman.
Ooh, Jess.
I'm telling you. I'm sorry. I
You're
got to find new
ruining-
content. I'm going to write fantasies now.
No. You're gonna this will kill people's libido. Not.
but
Oh.
we can't post the proceedings.
Ooh.
What else are we supposed to do?
I love
True.
that she really thought I couldn't talk about the Rico anymore. Like, I love that for her. I love that she thinks I'm not allowed to pull up my dockets and read them or talk about the lawsuit. I love that she thought that. I love that. How disappointed you must be right now to hear my entire fucking broadcast, because we are allowed to say Rico. I'm allowed to say plaintiffs Nick and Hung and Donna. I'm allowed. They can't. They're not. They won't.
I'm allowed to say Hong is a ding dong.
Right. Seriously. And there's nothing. I'm allowed to use profanity. I'm allowed to use personal insults. You don't even comprehend what you read. And the fact that that's the first filing you have read since the very first filing at all goes to show that you are purposely only updating your audience to what you think are wins, but you left off the part where they said denied.
Yeah. At what point
Idiot.
do you think that denied win is win?
Right.
That's like eight losses in one win.
Right. I mean, seriously.
Meaning you lost. Your scoreboard is whacked.
She took that moment of celebration, though. How sweet. It must have felt good to finally know what it feels like to read a winning document. I mean, sorry it was only that. Hopefully you get something better in the future. Maybe, possibly not. So pathetic. Do you think Brittany literally made candy or baked cookies? Craig even called her out and said, "You're
No.
not going to cook that."
She talked for like 3 or 4 days. This is back. I was monitoring her because she kept talking about doing a thing about Sebastian and not doing it. So I kept watching, right? Kept watching. And for days, she was like, okay, I'm going to cook that food. I'm going to cook that food in advance. I'm going to cook that food today. I'm going to cook that food tomorrow. And then finally he was like, you're never going to do it.
Right, because he knows she's not. I mean, her poor kid had to ask for fucking green bean casserole for days, and she still forgot a main ingredient. She just, her priority is YouTube and herself.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever convince me otherwise. Yeah, she's making pot roast and this and that. Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are. You smell like a fucking actual collars today after we just okay. Okay. Well, I gotta run the youngins because thank gosh my son has friends, is allowed to have friends, is allowed to associate and live out in the real world.
Stop
So
lying, Granny. Stop lying.
I know, I know it sounds so foreign to many,
I know.
but on the downside, I do have to take a bunch of teenage boys to the mall. So can I get some prayers?
That actually sounds like fun.
Mm,
That actually sounds like a headache.
yeah. Yeah. It sounds a little fun, but also a little headache-ish. I'm just praying that they don't spray themselves with 50,000 colognes.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's
Ugh,
the
these boys and their
teenagers.
colognes.
Well,
You can-
teenagers in general, the perfumes lately, it's like a mixture of everything. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah. They absolutely love colognes. Like that's the new trend is like these colognes for the boys.
Yeah. Well, the girls too. The girls are big into, my teenagers are. It's not my weekend. It's the other mom's weekend this weekend. So I get the weekend off. We
Oh, yeah.
rotate.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, we rotate. Mine was before Christmas break. Then she gets them this weekend. So I'm like, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And CJK, you're right. Brittany should absolutely stop speaking about me and barbecue, but especially me. When you put in a document that you're terrified of me, you should have never said my name again. You debunked your own fucking filing at that point. On a live, and her mother-in-law is giving her child the birthday party at the park. Oh, it's not even her mother-in-law. That's sad.
You
I'm
can
going to
tell-
hop down so you can get out of here, Jess. But I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope you bring in 2026 the way it should be. And know that you will never be standing alone in this. And whatever you need, we are here for. So
Thank you. Can I also say that if I am arrested and any time coming soon, that I am innocent, take these words, come to court, advocate for me. I was framed.
we'll be picketing outside, and that's a promise. If you get arrested on any bogus charges, we will be there. I will fly to Pennsylvania and picket outside until they release you.
Thank you.
It
Thank
won't
you
go.
very much.
It won't go unaddressed.
Thank
We
you.
will make sure you do not have to eat honey buns for the next 2 years.
I don't like honey buns, so please don't make me eat them.
Yeah, that I don't either. That would be torture, I think. But
Ugh.
yes, we got you.
Thank
But
you.
I hope you have a wonderful day with the boys and
You too.
take some
Happy
Tylenol.
New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Happy
I
New
will-
Year nonsense.
Happy New Year, Lynn. I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm sure I'll see you guys around.
Yes.
Bye.
LFT says, Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you, LFT. And Pain It Rock says, I selfishly love Granny because she makes me laugh even on her hardest days. Oh, thank you. That's really so sweet.
I'm gonna hop down to Happy New Year. Have a great time with your boy. You know that I'm double your ages when I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun, and you guys are like,
Because we're still in it. But I do know what you mean. And it honestly is a blessing to be able to do these things. And
Yeah,
I
I know.
do recognize that.
I know.
But I also,
right.
you know.
Have a great day and Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, Lynn. Thank you.
Bye.
The caffeinated says, get a gas mask, flashlight, earplugs. You'll be just fine. Hell, I'm not going to Brittany's. I'm only going to the mall. Just kidding. Wishing you and yours a very happy new year, Jess. Love you, lady. Love you too. Thank you so much, Feisty Nana. You guys are all the best. I really do appreciate all of you. So the takeaway for today is no, the gag order was not granted. I still have my right to free speech. The only thing that was upheld is the Pennsylvania law of no recording inside a courtroom. There's no major changes. There's no win. Everything else was denied. Nothing changes. My content doesn't change, Brittany. And guess what? If by chance there ever came a time that said, hey, you're no longer allowed to speak about the RICO, I would just focus primarily on you. Like, you know that, right? I'm one of the few people that don't restream you every time you go live. I barely want to listen to your voice. You think you have it so hard. You have nothing yet. And I can't wait until it all clabbers down right on you. And I can't wait till Rancher's back in the office on that 500, 8,000, 15, 9, 9,000, $10,000 vacation he took. I mean, you're still a loser. You're going to be a loser. That was not a win. I find it pitiful you celebrated it as if it were. I don't know. I don't know why people were posting the old dismissal. I don't know if they were trying to remind Brittany how easily the courts will do something and it can be overturned. I don't know the point behind that. I wish it were true, but it's not. You're right, Captain. It is what she wants. She wants everybody to focus on her because guess what? If we all took away our attention, she has no content. And we've proven that time and time again. We've proven the way she has to poke at everybody to get a response. We've proven the way that people could go, a week without men. I've gone a week not even being live. And she swears that all I care about is content and money? No, I'm not like you. I live in reality. The most important thing to me is my children and my health. I live in the real world. I don't live virtually. I don't live on the internet. I'm not out here telling people I'm a married mother of 2, Christian, blah, blah, blah. You're fake. Everything about you is fake. And at the end of the day, no matter what happens, when that live stream goes off because you had to call a mod who had to shut it down, or your kids had to learn to hit end stream, or Craig had to come and clap in your fucking ear to wake you up, you still lift your head, suck up your drool, see your reflection in that fucking device you're streaming from, and realize, what a day. You're a loser. Oh, Hannah with the baby. I'm so thankful that you found me as well. I'm so thankful for all of you. Beer Can Island, thank you for becoming a member. Now, because I don't live solely virtually, I'm going to go spend the time with my son and his friends. We're going to have a great time out. It sucks to know other kids don't get that love or attention or experience or socialization or any of it. But I'm grateful that I'm able to do that with mine and that mine wants to do it with me. And I hope all of you have somebody in your life today that you can call to kill time with, go spend time with, some type of way to end 2025 and welcome into 2026. And if you don't, please know that we are here for you. I will try to go live later. I don't know if anybody else is going live, and if they are, I'll jump up on theirs. If not, we will set up a stream and we'll celebrate it together. Happy New Year, Pistol Amy. Thank you for being a member. Cheesy Wheezy, my Croc sister. Happy New Year and be safe. You as well. I really do appreciate all of you. Yoga Mama, she is so jelly. That's why she has to focus on my nose. Because she knows she can't beat me any other way. All right, that's it. Signing out. Appreciate all of you. See y'all soon. Safe travels. I'm traveling to Alabama. That's really nice. Yes. And one more time, can we flood it? Rico, Rico, Rico. Matter of fact, why don't we do an old time's sake? Old time's sake. Kid's still got to put his shoes on anyway. Give me a second. Why don't we do this? Just, just for old time purposes. Why not? Let's remind them who and what the fuck we are. You got the wrong one. You got the wrong one. We ain't afraid. All right. You know where we're headed. Who can guess it?